next couple of months for this timing. I appreciate it.
You said you'd have your belt in a day, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, you know.
Wah, wah.
I'm just gonna outfit, go look at the black belt. Professor, I did it, do it. And then I get his black belt. That's how it works, right?
Yeah. Is this song slowly becoming our group's theme song?
The name like Welfare Wednesday.
I can dig it.
Can you dig it?
Okay, we're all good to go, I think. Welcome back to another game of Skyfall 5e. How was the week, guys? Good, I hope.
So good.
Excellent.
So good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
No!
Something to share with the class?
It was a week.
Oh. Okay, alright. Well, I guess
Moving
we'll
on.
just have to wonder.
Maybe later. Maybe when stream's not up.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, in any case, it's good to have you all back here again. Might as well throw you into the session where you guys left off. Having been transported into a little sandy shore, you guys went to find your bearings and discovered what looked like a portion of a June's body. And you deduced a couple things from that, but it's still a bit of a mystery. With that, you've located roughly where you are, and were headed off for a nearby town. Electing to take a mountain path, you guys were traveling along a narrow sort of causeway when the worst thing happened. Giganto-wasps attacked you. Your cripple became more crippled, and Kalik had a seizure from fear, but you've all survived, and we'll return you to now. So you're all standing there. Some of you, I think, may be either paralyzed or unconscious, but half of you are okay. What do you want to do?
Oh, am I still paralyzed if Kalik
I healed you, but I believe you're
Healed
still
me.
paralyzed. Yeah, I think we're both still paralyzed.
Yeah, so you have a vague sense of consciousness that you can, like, see, sort of, and kind of look around, but your body is completely stuck. Like, you're basically a statue at this point.
Great.
Well, I'm not looking back right now. No offense to Annie, as just Tidge almost fell off the side of the mountain. So I'm gonna rush up to him and kind of crouch down. I don't have lay on hands because I fucking nuked Annie for everything I got on that one. So I'm just gonna, I guess, tend to him. I don't have any spells either, so I'll just be the supportive good wife next to him.
Sure.
Shut the fuck up. Arillo, that was a great catch, man.
Oh yeah. Anything to save my buddy. By the way, that was me taking deep breaths.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, after what I just did.
I'll just kind of nod at you and
How is
clearly
that?
show like some appreciation, and I'll just look down to Tidge and see if I can. I have no medicine proficiency whatsoever, so just kind of eyeball him and see if I can see if he's all right, you know.
I'll make eye contact.
Yeah, you
but I
can
think
tell
that's,
that
like, all
he's,
I can do.
you know, there's still somebody in there. Tidge is probably okay, but he's unable to move at all.
Blink once if you're okay. And I'll kind of look at Arillo like, I don't know.
I don't.
He does not blink.
We should probably get out of here.
Big man, you okay to carry him a little bit further?
Yeah. I'll pick Tidge up.
Sure.
Dalek!
I just look over at him.
She alright?
I just give a thumbs up.
I'll nod. Since I
What's
was
Annie's
not-
death pose, by the way?
I have no fucking
Can
clue.
she be like, please, like the chalked out like crime scene dummy on the ground?
I was thinking like the Han Solo stuck in the carbonite or whatever. Like, ah!
So, knowing that Arillo has Tidge and Kalik has Annie,
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of survey the area real quick, do like a 360 no scope all the way around. I'm guessing this is the best point of interest. It looks like a completely abandoned, ripped up tent, right?
Yes.
Does it look like there could be supplies there?
Potentially. You do see what looks like 2 barrels and a little crate there, though the crate looks like it's busted open and it's empty.
All right.
Is there a cart?
There's no
Oh.
cart.
That's a good question, actually. I'll look to Rillo. Look, start heading down the path. I'm just gonna check to see if maybe these wasps don't go after items. There could be something worth using for these two. And I'll kind of just take a light jog towards over here.
Sure. Make an investigation check. See what you find. And then I'd like somebody else to roll luck, please.
That's you.
Oh shit! You fucked us last time.
The bees come back.
Yeah, the nat one is just 2 billion bees in there.
It's just a flat 9 for investigation.
Okay.
They'll split and then turn into
The
bubbles.
the barrels as well, the moment you come over to them and, you know, put your hands on them like you're about to open them, you can feel that they're very weightless, and when you pop open the top, you find that they're empty. The tent, however, is not completely a loss. There are 2 corpses in here that lay side by side. However, there's also a couple of backpacks, as you might imagine. And going through them, you do find some useful stuff. It appears that these travelers did come with money. So apart from the regular, regular traveling fare, like tinder boxes and mess kits and all that, there is some gold, totaling up to... Let's roll here. Jesus fucking Christ. You find
Just laying
91 gold in a bag.
Holy fuck!
I rolled
Wow.
very high.
Welfare!
You don't know what these people were doing or why they were here, but in one of their backpacks is like a pretty sizable stash of coin.
We have blood money.
So wait, now we have the 20 platinum from a June.
Mm.
Right? So we have the 10 from his house, the 10 from his body, and now the 91. Who's
Yeah,
carrying all this? Arillo, you have both the
Yeah.
platinum
No,
stashes, right?
I think Tidge has the platinum because he's the one who rummaged through the body, and we
Right,
haven't
but I
split it
thought
up
that
yet.
he
No,
gave
yeah,
it to
I've got
Arillo to hold.
Oh,
Yeah,
did he?
I've got that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Okay.
Okay.
Well, Arillo has that, and then I'll have the 91, and we'll split it when we're not in a dangerous spot.
Sure. Yeah, you could like to remind you guys, you can still hear the buzzing nearby.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why
yeah.
I'm like a table talk. That's cool, but I'm like Edgar would be rushing through. So I'll pocket the gold, but like it'll be a secondary kind of thought for me. I'll be really looking for bandages, things that we might use to heal people up.
Sure. Okay. It seems that these guys weren't prepared when it came to medical supplies. Maybe
Okay.
part of the reason why they're now dead, but yeah,
Hmm.
you don't find anything like that.
Okay. Well, I'll leave them then, and I'll see if I can help Kayla because I don't know if he has the strength to carry like a dead weight Annabelle. So
Hmm.
Probably not, to be honest.
That sounds like a euphemism for something. A deadweight Annabelle?
Ha ha.
While he's investigating real quick, and after I've stabilized Annie and gave her, healed her a little bit, can I approach one of the dead wasps? And would the stinger be worth anything?
Oh,
A wasp
interesting.
this size?
You could roll nature if you have it.
Rillo has 2 of them.
I don't know. He kind of ripped them off and stabbed them into the bee.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be much.
I would say that your knowledge of these terrifying insects
Only an
has
8.
been very low. And, you know, Just opening up the textbook and seeing the poorly drawn illustrations has been enough for you to kind of want to flip the page, so you don't really know if there's anything of value here.
Alright, can I break off just one stinger?
Sure,
Just
yeah, you
to
can
have.
take one with you. So you can add a wasp stinger to your inventory.
I'll be jogging back, and I'll pick up Annabelle. And I'm sure Arilla would have moved forward by now, and I'd be signaling everyone to move forward quietly, like waving my arm.
Are the two of you carrying her like a ladder or something? Like a horizontal piece of plywood?
I would have her like one arm underneath the knees, one arm carrying the back. You know,
Sure.
that kind of classic carrying pose.
But I'm stiff
I would
as a
assist.
board, so
Yeah, you can't really bend her, like her limbs or anything.
I can't even like force it.
You could.
wow.
There's a harsh popping noise.
In
Just
that
hold
case,
her.
I don't know if I have the strength, but like she's a small little tiefling, so I'll just put her under my arm and just start jogging.
Sure. So with a bit of Calyx's help, you're able to shuffle Annie off here at a decent pace, and you guys leave this god-forsaken part of the mountain.
I checked. The
Kayla, you're
puzzle
sure
box
you
is
wanna-
still there too, right?
What's that?
The puzzle box is still there too, right?
Yes.
Just double checking.
Yeah. It's a good thing to know.
We emotionally scarred him, man. I just gotta go get my meat pie out of the oven.
Get that meat pie, boy.
Oh,
It'll
baby.
take 20 seconds.
Damn, boy.
Canadian thing you can eat, by the way. So.
What, meat pie?
Damn, boy!
Damn, he thick!
Whoa.
That's a thick-ass boy!
What?
What a
What?
shit poster.
Oh, is it posted somewhere?
We'll wait 20 seconds here. Damn, boy.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, we almost had him. Come back.
Mhm.
Oh, this is the time.
Okay, we're never gonna see him again. So
What's
you
up?
guys, that's a disturbing picture. You guys get a little bit further down the mountain, far enough that you can't quite hear the buzzing off in the distance. And it's about that time that Annabelle, you feel like you can move your arm again.
Oh. But not my mouth.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Great.
Sorry.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
I don't know, I guess I'll try to move my arm then.
Okay. Annabelle flails her arm while you guys are carrying her.
I'll kind of double take and
Oh,
make sure
no.
that it wasn't just like a swing,
Sure.
like a natural swing.
Oh no, it's retarded.
Oh, whoa!
Use
Alright,
the big
let's-
R word there.
Oh, is that not allowed anymore?
I don't think so.
Did the leftists get
believe
that
so.
too? Fucking A, man. What are we
Damn
gonna
it,
be allowed
Eva.
to say at the end?
Antifa scum.
Like, that's double plus bad. Like, why can't we just say retarded?
I don't
So,
know.
I'll double take and kind of pause and
Oh,
put her
sure.
down, and I'll look at her and I'll just Annabelle, you coming back?
I'll give him a thumbs up.
Good.
A few
I'll
moments later, and Tidge, you feel like you're starting to come to as well, and your body is returning to you. Annabelle, you feel like you can move and talk as well. The both of you feel like it's a sort of groggy, difficult thing, but you can just kind of get your motor skills working again.
Kind of like move my jaw.
I just go limp over Arillo's shoulder.
Sure.
Just
Like, do I feel like I'm having issues walking at a normal pace? Well,
Yeah.
okay, I guess my normal pace is, decreased, but,
Oh, did you get the crip as well?
Yeah, I'm crippled.
Oh, nice.
Wait, hang on. I'm pretty sure it affects my speed,
I
but
can tell you what
It's-
you have.
I got that.
it was my carry weight.
Yeah, you have carry weight.
Yeah,
Maybe
I have
it's
the
not my
limp
speed.
thing.
All
Drop
you
me
have is a
down
fuck
5.
back.
Maybe I haven't.
You still have a messed up back.
Okay, well,
Oh no,
You-
I'm encumbered. That's why. That's the issue. Because I can't carry shit. So.
I got you. So is Annie making an effort to like stand up, or am I still like, what's going on?
Oh, I mean, I'd be trying to move all of my muscles, like, when your stuff falls asleep and you just like randomly flex them a bunch of times.
So
Your
I'll
rogue
kinda-
starts flailing in your arms like a squid trying to escape.
I'll kind of stand
No, you
her
set
up.
me down.
Yeah, I'll kind of sit her up and just try to offer some support to see if she's gonna like fall or something. Annie? Alright, well, Tid, you're coming back to the land of the living as well?
I am.
You guys gonna be okay to walk?
I could try it.
I
Rillo,
could, but the lift is nice.
Rillo, if
Yes, I'm good.
I'll kind of laugh, interrupting myself. If you had to find us a safe spot, do you think you can do that in these mountains?
I believe so. But,
Preferably away from bees.
Lead the way, big man, because Tidge is looking like minced meat right now, and
would I
feeling
make
like
a
it too.
roll?
Annabelle isn't looking so well either. So let's see if we can find something outside the bees.
I'm assuming survival roll, Lucian.
To find a shelter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Big money! That is
Oh, big money.
13.
Okay.
Not big money.
You continue down the pass here, and the mountains are a little bit more habited than you'd kind of expect here. A lot of this has been taken by wilderness, but just an hour down the road, you guys had run into that little camp. And now, traveling another hour or two, you bump into what looks like a little cave opening, which clearly has some kind of mining equipment outside of it. It appears that there may have been some sort of activity here at the side of the mountain, maybe a long time ago. The mine shaft that extends in towards the mountain there is old and decrepit. The wooden railings look like they wouldn't really support any of the mine carts that lay nearby. Not that their broken wheels would really handle a trip down anyway, but it is a little bit of a reprieve from the outside and its heat.
Does it look like it's sturdy enough to contain us?
It doesn't look like it's caved in yet, and it does have those sort of U-shaped wooden supports that go up and down here and there.
Okay.
Any buzzing?
You don't hear any buzzing from within the cavern. You can make a perception check there, Arillo, as you take a step in.
Alright.
There's a gangbang of Nothics going on.
Shit.
Oh wow.
That's 4.
A 4? Yeah, you listen and don't hear anything in there. There isn't like a rush of wind, water droplets, anything like that. It's just silent. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe not.
Oh,
I'm gonna go.
maybe it
with
was
that.
Kalik to get the roll there then.
What?
You gave me the roll. Kalik was the one that asked.
What? I am confused. Somebody help me, please.
Oh,
I think
You
I
were
think what
looking at
he's
the
saying,
cave,
Yeah.
that's why.
I think what
Yeah,
he's
oh,
saying
okay.
is Kalik was asking about the cave, so
Yeah,
Steve
he
thinks
was.
that he should have rolled the perception check instead of himself.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Well,
because
if you want to go and give it a look, you can make a perception check too.
Disadvantage because of my mind fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
We're so broken.
I've only got a concussion.
Oh,
Well,
Wow.
I rolled a 2. But plus 8.
Yeah, it's real quiet in there. You don't hear any buzzing.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, Lucian, Edgar learned dwarves because he spent some time with dwarves. Oh no. Would I be able to tell if the equipment seems dwarvish or human?
Oh, yeah, I'd say you could give it a look. Make an investigation check for me.
My strength. 9 again.
Okay, you can't be sure, but you're pretty certain that this is a human mine. The gear that dwarves use tends to be a little bit more, like short and stout. Like the handles on these pickaxes wouldn't be as long and whatnot. And the craftsmanship looks, well, not to be mean, kind of shoddy compared to the work that they do.
Right. Okay.
the amazing work of the dwarves.
Well, we
Dwarves.
might be trading one evil for another here, guys, but it's your call.
You'd feel comfortable in a dwarven mine, not a human mine?
Well,
And I can't say retard, jeez.
It's really just Balrog versus whatever else.
Oh.
In my mind, it's like, what enemy did they face?
If there's a dwarven seal, I turn to the group and say they dug too deep.
We really need to rest.
For sure. I'm falling apart.
Alright.
Now,
Well,
this long tunnel goes so far that it just veers off into, darkness. So you guys, you could go far in, look for shelter, or just sleep maybe in the entrance where there's, like reprieve from the wind and whatever rain might come by, that kind of thing. You don't have to go like all the way.
I know there's a beholder at the end of the tunnel. I just don't want to do that. Alright, well, I think you guys are right. We're not going to be able to rest out here. This is the first good chance we got, so... Bring out your torches to lead the way. I guess me and Arillo will take point. We weren't too beat up, right? And I'll look over to Arillo. Does he look fucked up? Do you look fucked up?
Are you below half Arillo?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so he looks like, he might have a couple scrapes on him, but he's still in the game.
I've only lost 3 health.
So I'll pop out one of my 4 torches here and I'll light it up.
I'll do a produce flame as well, cantrip, and I'll just keep spamming that for light.
Sure.
And I shall take points, and I am moving half speed, and ears are perked up like a motherfucker, and I'm looking for any kind of disturbance, any kind of blood, or any sign of what might have happened, what might have caused the abandonment of this mine.
Sure. Then I want a disturbing luck roll from you, please.
No.
More bees.
Filthy slut!
Spiders this time.
Great.
Well, we called her a filthy slut for a reason. So
Now,
strong 3.
you guys travel down and spend a couple of minutes traversing in towards this thing. And the more and more that you guys delve down here, the better and better the condition of what you find happens to be. Almost like the equipment sort of left near the entrance of the cave was really the worse off, and what you find down here is a little bit better. Or maybe they just took better care of it before abandoning. It's tough to tell. But you do note that there are sconces in the walls that hold torches in them, and the torches look very old. Are you guys lighting these as you go along?
Is there a dagger on the ground in this equipment?
Oh, no, you don't find any weapons laying about. Just what looks like discarded worker gear. Like you see, like somebody's left a shirt here, like a little piece of cloth. There's an old pickaxe, that kind of thing. That looks like a water skin that's been broken open.
When you say old sconces, I'm guessing that when you say that, it means that it's not fitting to the equipment that's in here. Like it almost looks like there's a jarring difference between the sconces themselves and the equipment that's mining.
No. The sconces are still probably in line with everything else you're seeing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like they've dug into some complex or something like that.
It's not a Daedra worshipping shrine. Alright. Okay, well...
Well, you don't know that yet.
Huh. Right. I might be lighting, like, if they look normal and just part of the whole getup, I might be lighting, like, every second one if it's got the fuel for it.
Sure. It helps with the lighting, and gives you some passive light behind you guys as you're approaching further into the area here. And...
just to specify, I'm sorry, I would have given us, like, the first torch I would light would be out of view of the cave entrance.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, as you go a bit further, there's a gradual... there's no descent. It's just like a straight walk. And you eventually get towards the end of the hallway. And there, on the edge of your torchlight, maybe 40, 60 feet away, you see what looks like divergence in the path. There is, on the ground, a large hole that just seems to go straight down. You guys are, 60 feet away, so you can't tell where it goes. But there is a ladder that comes popping out of the hole, and it has clearly been bolted into the walls. Now, over to the other side is the alternate path, and you see what looks like a little doorway. So to kind of give you an idea, it's like this.
Does the circle in the ground look, like, perfectly circular or, like, shoddily mined down?
Ah. From here, it's kind of tough to tell, especially given that you're looking at it in dim light.
You're such a bitch.
So there's the hole there with the ladder, and then the path continues off in this way. And you guys would be, like, right here.
You said there was a door, though, right? Where's the door?
Sorry, it looks like a doorway. Like, this here, the way it's carved, the mine shaft seems to end. Like, the actual tracks go to maybe, like, here before they peter out. And then this looks like it's actually got an archway to it.
Okay.
Edgar.
Yeah.
How far are we willing to go? I don't want to go out of our way. Yeah, I don't want to go out of our way to go all the way through this mine to find shelter, to be honest.
I'd rather not go from one fight to another in the condition we're in, so I think we're out of view of the entrance, and I look back, we're out of view, right? You said we veered off. Look, the only thing that kind of irks me is we do want to just look around that corner and maybe drop a torch down the hole. Actually, dropping a torch down the hole might not be a good idea, but at least peering in, making sure there's nothing alarming, and if everything looks good, as long as we have a very, very, very diligent watch, we could be okay.
I could shoot a little fireball down there. Not an actual fireball, like we got hit with, but, just this little thing.
Well, my thinking, Tidge, is if I
don't want to wake anything up.
Yeah, if I were to drop a torch down there, then there's something that wasn't there before, and it's gonna be lit for a little while. So, if there is something patrolling, and I kind of roll my eyes, like looking up through the rock towards Metri almost, like, and I really hope there isn't. But, there are such things as abandoned mines that have nothing in them. But given what we've run into in the mountains so far, I'm not thinking that's likely. So.
How big is the hole?
The hole is large enough for a grown man to comfortably, hop on the ladder and go down.
Is
That's
there
what she
anything
said.
around that we could use to cover it?
Yeah, you could take like one of the broken-ish mine carts and like put it over top.
Guys, should we plug it up? Take one of those carts over there and try and stick it over it?
Well,
Another that's what she said joke.
Are you sure it's not just gonna fall through the hole?
yeah.
Damn it, Annie!
Jesus.
I mean,
Yeah, well, it is a concern. You're right. I like the idea, though. It could be a kind of alarm system. But look, guys, rest. Go ahead, think of ideas. Let me and Arillo go down there, figure it out. You guys are a little worse for wear, so how about you just sit down, gather your thoughts, and see if you can, start mending your wounds.
Not to be rude, but I don't think Arillo's gonna fit down the hole.
What?
You said a grown-sized man can fit down there. He's like way bigger, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a tight squeeze for him, but he could manage.
I'm only 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but you're built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
House. I don't know, whichever.
Damn, boy, he thick!
C thick! Double C thick, motherfucker!
Thick ass boy! Damn!
Well, I mean, shouldn't be a problem. I don't think we're gonna be going down there. We're just probably gonna poke our head in, make sure it's all clear, and cover it up. Anyways, you guys sit down, try to get something going here. Arillo, come with me.
Alright.
And I'll make sure there's a sconce nearby for them that's lit
Sure.
before I walk off. And I'd be almost, when you're doing like the super sneaky walk where your feet barely lifts off the ground and you're just kind of, I'm trying to be as stealthy as I can given everything I'm carrying. And I would have dropped my backpack further back, so I'm kind of lightweight right now.
Sure.
Shield over my back, sword out, torch out.
You can make a stealth check here. Arillo, you can do it as well if you want.
Alright.
If I'm moving half speed, do I have disadvantage still?
What, on stealth checks? Why would you have...
Yeah.
Oh, with your armor and everything?
Yeah.
I would say if you really want to creep it, you could probably get around that.
Yeah, I
Roll
really
normally.
want to creep it. Yeah. Edgar
Comes in
doesn't
at
really
20.
feel rushed for time, so... Oh. Okay. And I believe my stealth is -1, so that's a 16.
So 16, and what was yours, Arillo?
Not 20.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you guys really take your time and gradually make your way down. For the rest of you guys, watching them go this slow is kind of nerve-wracking a little bit. Like, you're seeing them progress down, trying to be as cautious as they can, and the only other thing that you can see down that way is, like, the hole there and that dreaded, like, old ladder leading to God knows what. But eventually, you guys get up towards this point here. You're very close. Another 5 feet and you can look down the hole, or another 5 feet you can peer around the corner. What do you guys want to do?
I don't know about Arillo, but personally I would hug the wall, bring the torch away from the corner, so sword first, then in my other hand torch, and I'm just gonna poke around the corner using the residual light from my torch, see if I can spot something.
You can tell that it opens up into a room, but you can't quite see its details from here.
Okay. And if I bring the torch around?
When you bring the torch around, you see...
It's that fucking vampire from the Underdark.
got a new hole, bitches!
The walls aren't nearly as nice and straight here. It's very much like they just carved into the rock wherever they could, but there's a large, flat, sort of squarish area where there's a number of like little beds that have been laid down, mattresses, bedrolls. They're very old, and when you hold the light out, you see what looks like a brief scattering of bugs, like maybe cockroach-sized things that kind of jitter around. But that's it, and they just like hide in new areas where your torch won't go.
Okay. So I'll bring the torch back around, and I'll look to Arillo and kind of nod towards the hole.
Alright. I will follow suit.
Okay. And do what?
Go down into the hole.
No!
Okay.
Oh, wait,
I
wait.
would be shaking my head if you were to start going down. I would mouth, not even mouth, I would just try to, like, with the 2 free fingers of my long sword, just kind of point towards my eyes and point towards the hole.
Oh, okay. I look at Kalik, or Eric, or Edgar,
You got it.
and decide that, going down the hole is not a good idea.
Sure. You like put your hand towards the ladder, and Edgar freaks out and withdraw your hand.
Yep. Look at kid trying to get...
Now, from where you are, you can see down into the hole there, and the ladder just goes down. And as far as you can see, which is maybe 30 feet with the dim light kind of curving around there, that it's bolted straight to a rock wall. And you don't know how far it's going to go, but, well, it leads somewhere. I'd like you to make a perception check as you lean your head over the hole there to see if you can hear anything down there.
Come on, big man. Don't be a fool of a toque either. Don't fucking knock anything over into that hole.
Hey, I got that 20 on the roll.
Cast
Yeah.
yourself in next time.
That stray bucket was asking for it, man.
You gonna roll, buddy?
Oh, am I rolling luck?
No,
Yeah.
you're rolling.
No, you're rolling
perception.
perception.
Oh, okay. Perception. That is a 11.
Okay. You can't tell what it is, but off in the distance, you think that you hear something from down in the hole. It's too far and distant for you to really get any sort of sense as to what it is, but something's down there. Something is down there for sure. It could be a light change of wind, or maybe like some sort of distant warbling. It could be a creature. Maybe it's more insects down there that are just moving about. You can't put your finger on it, but there's something down there. And it sounds like it's like far away. If you had to guess from your ears, this ladder probably goes down like a couple 100 feet at the least. Just Edgar in the distance. That's Dem's beholder distances.
Cannibal.
I remember that so fucking vividly. And you see 8 eyes peer out from, like, the darkness. I'm like, Lucian, would I know from stories about Beholder? Yes, you would, Carrick. I run so fast. Alright, so I'll look at him and just kind of shrug, like, is anything wrong?
And I'm going to attempt to make a whisper and say, no, not that I can see.
I go like, oh shit. Mm-mm. And I put a finger towards my mouth, like, quiet.
You have to remember, I have a concussion.
I know. You're role-playing it great, by the way.
Cauliflower ears.
But I also need to roleplay Edgar going, what the fuck? So I kind of like wince, put the finger towards the mouth, and I'll just kind of drag my feet very slowly and start inching my way up here.
Okay. This room looks like some sort of barracks or maybe a mess hall. There doesn't appear to be any doors anywhere else. It's just a little culmination of beds and what looks like a very sort of large communal table that's been set up in the corner by taking a bunch of smaller tables and mashing them together roughly in that shape. The table there has what looks like a group of 12 seats around it, and the beds seem to correspond with this as well. There is refuse all over the place, and by the different little beds and stuff you see what look like stray pairs of boots, rags and pieces of clothing. On the chair you see somebody has left what looks like an old and decayed jacket that now lays there. On the table you see what look like papers and like a dagger, like a quill and an inkwell. There's like basically garbage laying everywhere. The bugs in the room react to you stepping in here and seem to take towards the corners and the opposite sides of the bed to the flame.
Which is normal, right?
Yeah, they look like They're probably maybe like cockroach-sized things that sort of skitter around on the ground. They seem to want to have nothing to do with you.
Or the light specifically.
Yeah, like you don't know. Maybe they would mob you if the light wasn't there, but they're just not having it right now.
Can we eat them?
You could certainly try.
I'll kind of look back and wave Arillo forward.
And then I will follow.
Okay.
Oh, come up.
And what Edgar's gonna be doing is, I mean, I'm gonna look left, gonna look right. I'm looking for any possible holes in the walls, something that might have been like a breach or entry point. Blood on the ground. Any signs of struggle, like bench posts or bed posts that are like hacked at, or any signs of damage, you know?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Tabarnak. Every time. Oh, God bless you, sir. 15.
Okay. Looking about the place, you try to find if there's something wrong with the walls. Maybe something here is structurally damaged or gives an idea as to what's gone down, but you don't really find anything. You look for blood, or maybe signs of a struggle, a damaged blade that's been blunted, or perhaps an arrow shaft snapped in the corner, something like that, but you don't find any of that. There's none of it. Now, as you're walking around the room, right? Like, taking the light up to everything?
Very slowly, like, to give you an idea of what I'd be doing, as Edgar, I'd be going towards the paper and quill, to see if there was any writings or a journal or some kind of, like, head of the mind who was writing a note.
Okay.
You know, that kind of thing. So I wouldn't be, like, investigating things closely. For now, it's more of a general look around.
Okay.
And I'm beelining it.
I'd like you to make a... Actually, roll luck for me, please.
Oh, okay. Or, like, a general luck, or me, I roll luck?
No, sorry, Arillo.
Arillo.
Alright.
Well, it's on a nat 20, which means you're gonna get a 1. That's the way it works, right? Don't hit the side, don't hit the side. Oh my god.
Why would you say that?
God.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
I have magic powers.
You approach the table, Edgar. Intriguing, you see what looks like diagrams, lines that have been put down by somebody with a ruler and likely a steady hand and a purpose as well. The drawings look technical, and there appears to be some minor writing here and there. But your approach towards the table seems to be halted. At some point, when you get towards the center of the room and step towards the table, a number of the bugs hiding behind it suddenly swarm. They don't move for you, but instead they all turn, and you see what looks like a carpet of like a reddish brownish color as all of them mass and just run towards Arillo.
I mean, I'm kind of shocked. I don't know.
Arillo, what do you want to do? You see all the bugs just like, you know, they were hiding behind the beds and stuff, and now like a carpet, they just run in your direction. What are you doing?
Well, seeing that, can I pick up a rock that's near me and try and smash them?
Oh god.
Sure, yeah.
Sorry, man. It's Arillo. He can't.
I know.
Make an attack roll.
You don't have to, dude. You don't have to defend yourself.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay, so you find a rock in the cave, and you just start smashing them, but they don't seem to want to have anything to do with you. And as you know, there's like the crunching sound, and you know your stealthy attempt to move into this portion of the cave is well blown. The bugs, thankfully, don't seem to attack you at all. Like a strange insect carpet, they just move past you as you're, you know, smashing them. Sometimes they, you know, run up onto your boots and scurry off, but they don't do anything to you. They hit this bend here and then just go rushing in this direction.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I would start running around the corner.
Do you guys hear that?
The bees!
Bah.
What are you guys doing when you see and hear what looks like a carpet of bugs running towards you?
I would be like pinned to the wall.
Yeah,
Okay.
same. Like on tiptoes.
Okay. You guys get to the wall as close as you can and watch as Edgar comes running around with the flame there in his hand and Arillo coming behind him with a rock that's like green with insect goop. And this horde of insects just goes rushing past you guys, and it leaves off towards the exit of the cave.
Can I Eldritch Blast him?
Sure. Yeah, you shoot a
make
little
more
Eldritch
noise,
Blast
why
at the
don't
ground
you?
and see like a little psh as like 2 or 3 insects are thrown into the air.
Where did all the bugs
I'll take it that I
Getting
was
from-
probably holding a torch. I'd take a torch and slowly like creep my way and follow them up.
Sure.
Seeing that everything's okay, I'll just assume like, okay, they're light sensitive, they rushed out. You know what I mean? Like, not a big deal, and I'll walk back.
Kalek, are you following them all the way towards the entrance?
A good way, yeah.
Sure.
I still want to be within eyesight. Is it like a straight shot or does it like bend?
It's straight and then goes up just slightly near the entranceway.
Okay, so I'll follow, trying to stay in.
You
Like,
would actually
eye shot.
see the insects leave. They run right out of the cave, and then they dissipate, like going into the cracks and rocks of the mountain. Just like this horde, just whoosh, and they're gone. Now, meanwhile, back in the room, Edgar, you approach, and you see what looks like some technical drawings here. We'll carry over your 15 and say that you actually understand what you're looking at. There in front of you is a luxury that adventurers don't usually have when it comes to exploring. Somebody's actually mapped out the area for you. You see the shaft that you're in and the little area that has been put off to the side. Written there in common, it seems to be labeled as Base Camp 1. And then there's the shaft nearby that descends. And if this is any indicator, well, it probably goes for quite a way. Maybe about 300 feet down. After that, it seems that there's a cave that has been recorded, and then a number of other caves. And the different caves seem to have little technical writings by them. And you're not sure what the shorthand is that's been put down, but you do see recognizable common that's been laid within the papers. You see iron, and also somebody records finding a silver vein as well. It looks like just the charting of the mine. Eventually, however, the map seems to end, and it gets towards a cave which is as far as it can be mapped. So probably like a couple thousand feet away if this map is, properly to scale. And the cave that's found there has a bit of writing at it. And you see what looks like a record of 2 casualties, 2 miners that didn't return from that cave. And after that, there's a bit of writing there that says, Captain's going to put it to a vote. And that's it. The cave is only partially drawn, and the rest of it is completely left alone.
They might have just pieced. Are there any dates on the drawings or logs?
Yes, yeah, these technical drawings would definitely have a date. It looks like this mine shaft is probably a few hundred years old. It looks like this mine shaft was laid down like 400 years ago, roughly.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like your parents' parents could have been around during the time that this little project went down. So it's not like ancient news by any means.
You said 400 years?
Yeah. Or sorry, parents kind of thing. But yeah.
Right. Well, I'm gonna pick up all the literature because any of the shorthand I can't recognize. The 2 smart heads back there might.
Sure.
So Edgar would kind of roll those up. And for now, that's it. I'll leave the room. It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check in on the rest of the group.
All right. Now, you guys eventually return. When Edgar and Arillo come back, thankfully they don't return with more bugs, but Edgar does seem to have some papers in hand. Some very long-form, tall scrolls that he has. Not the kind of reading scrolls you'd find in a mage's tower, but like these, big pictogram type things.
I would gesture it towards Tidge and then see he's hamburger meat and then give it to Kalek.
I'll start looking over him.
Make an investigation roll, please.
So while he's reading it, look, it's old, 400 years old from what I can see. And the mines just end. I mean, it looked legitimate up until a point. Whatever they mined down there caused 2 deaths, and I guess they up and left.
I'm gonna start looking at them. Can I would roll with disadvantage for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But can I use my channel divinity, knowledge of the ages to cancel out the disadvantage?
I'd let you, use a charge of that to get a regular roll.
I'd also, I mean, I don't know if this applies illusion, but I'd also be like over his shoulder with my 15 investigation and pointing to what I already know.
Sure, yeah, we can say
might help
that
him.
contributes to you helping him out.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, what did you want me to roll?
Just make a regular investigation roll then.
10 plus 6, 16.
Okay. What Edgar points out to you, you're able to verify. And looking over these things, you come away with most of the same info. Some of the shorthand that you're able to read is like a basic code. It's a type of common you've seen in the many, many books that you've had in your library. They're just notations for amounts, and it's like prospecting work. So they're speculating on the richness of a silver vein in one of them, and then in another they're recording the pounds of iron that they managed to take out. You don't really know off the top of your head like what these guys were being paid to be here, what the cost of the operation was, but there's a small fortune in this mountain that they've recorded, and it looks like they extracted most of it. Furthermore, you find what looks like another paper here that Edgar hadn't looked over. Having grabbed the whole bundle and brought them back, you find a sheet which appears to be the vote that was talked about on the very large sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like, sure enough, 7-3 of the remaining 10 from the 12 had voted to just simply leave this site after the 2 deaths which had occurred. There's also a little mention of the what is it? Like the closing minutes, I guess you could say. And the captain has left like a little blurb there with his own little signature next to the thing. It's one of those signatures that's very tough to read. It's basically like a line and 2 scribbles. Who knows? That could be anything. But he does write down, "I'm not going to lead my men into some unknown that they have already lost 2 friends to. We've recovered a good amount of gold here, and I think we'll be taking our earnings and heading out. No sense traveling into a cave that's already seized 2 people. We'll see if the company wants us to come back, and if we come back with armed escorts, maybe we'll do so. The cave could have riches, but at this point, a retreat is probably the best idea. We'll be packing up and leaving immediately. Anything that you can't carry, leave behind. The mattresses, don't worry about it. Most of the mine carts, just take what you need to get back into the city. And that'll be that."
Is there any indication of a company seal?
Oh, yeah, there is a company seal. You can go ahead and roll, I'd say, history to tell if you actually know what that is.
My man.
And this would be at disadvantage, right? Because of my injury.
Oh, I would say, yeah, given that you've been bonked on the head, this one would be disadvantage. It is only a DC 10, though.
You said, oh.
Oh, what the fuck?
History, I do have a +9. So it would be a 10.
Right.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
I will tell you that the seal looks familiar. You're like, I've seen that before. Why can I not? If I hadn't taken that rock to the goddamn head, like if I hadn't been in that fireball, I would definitely be able to remember what that is, but you just can't right now. You can't tell what it
Poor
is.
Connor. That's worse than you saying you just don't know.
Like, it's on the tip of your tongue. You're like, I've seen that before.
I really need to get my head checked out. I'm just looking at it here. You mind if I hold on to these?
No, of course not.
Alright.
Anything else that you could find out?
Well, I'll hold up the vote sheet. I'll explain that they decided to leave, that they didn't want to unnecessarily risk the lives of any more men. It didn't mention what the threat was. They didn't send any more people in there, and
Could I
they're
take a
little
look
too
at that,
spooked.
if you
Yeah.
don't mind?
I'll hand it to him.
And reading it over, I'll kind of like hum and haw and look back up. Armed escort.
Yeah.
Huh. That means whatever it was wasn't a rockfall. Well,
I don't know what to tell you. Honestly, it's a little unsettling, but honestly, we've got nowhere else to go at the moment.
Oh, there it is.
well, whatever it was seemed to have stick to its own little tunnel until they breached and pushed forward, right? And it's thousands and thousands and well, thousands wide. I can't read a map, obviously, but it seems a good way down the shaft itself. So I think we're okay. Let's just block the hole and rest up. And once you guys are maybe a little more clear-headed, we'll figure out what we're going to want to do with this mine, if anything, or if you just want to head back to Seba.
I'll just nod to him and start like really studying the map.
Sure. Now,
And,
are you guys going to go rest in this dingy room over there?
Are there any bugs left? They all left in the little vacation carpet, right? So,
Mhm.
I mean, it's pretty.
Personally,
Good.
Edgar would, like, in a conversation, prefer to be here.
Yeah,
'Cause I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
if
Because if
there's
we're
an
at.
attack
Yeah.
from the hole,
Don't want to be
then
stuck.
we're locked in. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd rather be uncomfortable here than
We can-
comfortable.
Joe, would you want to drag the mattresses out?
I mean, do we even need to? We have mattresses, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
all
like
our
they're on
bedrolls.
Feel
bedrolls.
you need it, go for it. But I'm just gonna plop my ass down next to the backpack I left and just put my back to the wall and I'm okay right here.
Fair enough.
I'll kind of look bored because I'm healthy and chipper. I'm like fuck.
Can somebody
great.
please roll luck for me as you guys lay down for a long rest?
Hell yeah! I
Mm-mm-mm.
got this.
Wait, don't roll it yet. Oh, you
Oh.
fucking. I was gonna say we cover the hole, right?
What are we gonna cover it with?
A mattress or
with
something? I don't know.
They're like disintegrated, aren't they? He
Yeah,
said they
they're
were
pretty
like
bad.
Said,
shitty.
like you could use minecart.
So then I would use like a bed frame upside down and put it across the hole. Just something
Yeah,
that
you guys
would
have
need to be
refuse you
moved.
could use.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
just put something. That's all. Nothing fancy. Just it's gonna be wider than the hole, no chance of it falling, type of thing, and that's it. Even
Okay.
if it's light, I don't care. I just don't want it. Someone's gonna need to move that shit to get to us. That's the only concern Edgar would have.
The room could be a trap. And right now, the hallway is probably the better spot to get some rest, at least giving you two options on where to go if something goes wrong. You pick up different bits of refuse, some long pieces of wood, and some mattresses for weight, and go ahead and get this hole all sealed up. Now, you guys have done your handiwork and decide to lay down for a long rest, and after the fight you guys have all had, it's certainly a welcome thing. Now, you're going to be doing watches, and I'd like to know who is the second watch.
So random. I'm scared. I would have volunteered to go first because I'm good to go. So
Sure.
I probably would have done second.
Okay. It's the middle of the night here, or what you would assume it to be. The light from outside doesn't really come down this far into the shaft. And Edgar has just turned in and hopped into his bedroll and tapped you on the shoulder to take over. And maybe about half an hour goes by as you're sitting there, kind of looking off, when you hear something. there's a faint squeak nearby. And when you look over to your side, you see...
Disappointment.
You see disappointment there. There's a small little white mouse with a pair of red eyes, and it has in its mouth what looks to be a string. The string carries along the side of his body there, and with a little sort of metallic jingle seems to have something attached to it. He lets go of the object, squeaks at you again, momentarily standing on his back legs, and then just goes running off into a small hole in the wall.
I wait.
Piece of shit.
I'll wave at him.
Sunset.
Oh,
Just like so happy.
haunted all my
I'll
dreams.
get up, and I'll tiptoe over, and
Sure.
I'll pick up whatever it is. Actually, I won't pick it up. I'll inspect it first.
Okay. Looking at the thing here, you guys have had like a little torch nearby, right? Like in the sconce? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have a torch with me.
At first, you're not really sure what it is. It's quite grubby. If it weren't for the sound of metal, you wouldn't really guess metal. And as you get closer, you're kind of able to see what it is in the cave dirt. There, with a frayed rope that has long since kind of fallen apart, is a small little piece of metallic joy attached to it. You find what looks like a sort of brass key.
Hooray! It's for any door on the planet.
Another fucking key?
The key that's been handed to you has a couple of very peculiar things about it. The first of which is just how kind of grubby it is. It's not just like it's got dirt scuffs on it. It looks like it's been dropped into like the under portion of like an old water barrel or something, and like silt and mud's gotten onto it kind of thing. The metal that shines through is best described as brass, but in truth it looks like it's kind of silvery as well and kind of skirts the line between the two familiar metals. Beyond that, there is something else to note. The portion that you hold on to, where your thumb and index finger would be, is rather large. It looks like maybe a key that like a Goliath would use, or maybe a human would use for like a very large chest or something, right? Like this isn't just like a little door key or something. And
Now, thinking about the precious metals and stuff, would it perhaps be to a chest that they might use?
oh, like the company?
Yeah.
Potentially, it looks quite sturdy. But as you're drawn to the last portion here, you have to kind of turn back on that guess. The actual portion of the key that would be inserted into some sort of container or openable has a pattern drawn into it, and the pattern doesn't really, well, it doesn't really resonate with this, kind of has been used to store metals or valuables. The key there has a little heart that's kind of been drawn into one of the flaps, or not drawn into, but punched out, like it must be a part of the locking mechanism.
Oh man.
So to give
Are
you
you
an
gonna
idea,
draw it? Oh, I love it.
I'm here with the biggest frown on my face right now. Just,
so this
God.
portion is like very large here.
Whoa.
It looks like an axe.
The key looks roughly like that, and then here there'd be like a...
Huh.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Wait,
kind
now
of carved
I'm
out.
confused. So let's.
There's like a little hole back here, and a shitty rope that's kind of like hanging through it.
Okay. I will pick it up.
Oh, why did you delete it? No, I was looking at your key.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna hit the undo button because it makes tabletop die.
Knowing how much Edgar disapproves of disappointment, I'm not gonna wake him up, but I will. I'll just kind of put my hand on Tidge after picking it up and
Okay.
kind of like stir him awake just a little bit,
Sure.
And I'll say, hey, just one moment. Can you keep an eye out for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
And I'll stand up. Oh, disappointment, and I'll hold up a silly key. I just want to take a look around the corner real quick. Shouldn't be too long.
Don't pretend like you're impressed.
You're gonna go down here and look around the corner?
Yeah, I want to go around the corner and hold the torch up.
Okay.
And see if there's like a chest or anything that this could be to.
Ah. Looking in the room here, you know, you hadn't actually stepped into it, but, you know, Carrick had been through the place. You don't find any chest.
Carrick!
God damn it!
Oh boy!
Sorry, you guys are underground again. I'm thinking about...
Go back.
You see, there's no chest in here. Now, there are, like, containers and whatnot. Notably, there's a big trunk at the back of the room, but it doesn't seem to match up with the key, nor does it even really have a lock on it, just a simple latch. And you find, like, old clothes and stuff in it.
Does it fit in the puzzle box?
The puzzle box does not have a key opening.
I feel my side. Puzzle box still there?
It is still there.
Okay.
If you keep only remembering when you panic, it will be gone. I promise you.
It'll be gone when you need it most.
Alright. Just kind of let out a heavy sigh. Pocket the key and walk back to the group and continue my watch.
Okay. You guys lay down for the evening, and you all get a long rest. Go ahead and bump your stuff up. Your charges are back for whatever, and your health returns. The throes of paralysis and poison are gone. What's that, Annie?
So do we roll a d20 for injuries or no?
Yes. Anyone who's injured can roll a d20 for an injury check.
Get ready.
I got half of a 20.
That's good. Oh, damn!
Oh, nope. Okay.
I think my oldest injury is a scar.
Now,
mine probably is too.
I have a question to ask you guys. We started about an hour later, and I'm totally cool with that. I want to know, are we still running 4 hours? Like, how long do you guys have from now, or want to go, or whatever?
I think when we talked as a party, I mean, I don't know if you guys had plans that changed, but when I proposed starting an hour later, I also proposed ending an hour later, and everyone seemed okay with it. Steve, are you still good with that?
Yeah, I should be fine with that.
Okay, so there you go.
Okay, so we'll go to what,
12:30 Eastern.
Yeah,
I think
9:30 my turn.
Yeah.
So your long rest finishes. You guys are kind of, you know, wiping the sleep from your eyes. Whoever was doing the last watch can breathe a sigh of relief as everybody gets up, and you know, you're starting to do your morning ritual when the entirety of your group feels something odd.
Oh, motherfucker.
In the direction of the cave entrance, not the hole that you guys have barricaded up so diligently, you all feel some sort of a disturbance. At first, it's a little bit difficult to tell what it is, but it's almost like a warbling, like a set of waves that hit you. And these waves are like a very sort of gentle force. So gentle that you could maybe write them off as like a very low bassy tone or something like that. They're not uncomfortable, they're not pleasant, but you can feel like some sort of strange energy. Maybe something magical, or maybe like an odd sort of tremor in the ground, who knows. But it kind of comes from the entrance and washes through you guys. You all notice it.
I'll just look around.
Right, now what do you suppose that is?
Does it feel at all familiar?
Oh.
Like when we were being scryed on?
I would say no, this is very unfamiliar.
I'll immediately start ritual casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
I'm getting up, backpack on, everything's on, getting ready for a fight.
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys stay in spot, one of you gets some detection ready, the rest of you put on your gear. Now, are you going to wait till that detection spell finishes?
I will. For the moment, yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Just keep working on it. Okay.
Just keep an eye out, but still cast it under my breath.
Now, as you guys get about like 2 minutes in here, you're all geared up when something strange happens. The warbling becomes more intense, this time hitting you guys with a much more of a stronger sensation that washes through your body, and then something visual pops into existence. Down the hallway, maybe about 30, 40 feet away, you see what looks like a brief tear in space as a portal forms to some other strange world. You see what looks like...
What the fuck?
What looks like stars and like an unbelievable darkness, and then the portal closes with a small purple fireball, maybe about like a foot in radius. And after this little fireball, which just goes like poof, you see what looks like a small item that appears in space and hovers there. All the portal's gone, the fire's gone. It just hovers in space, lit by a nearby torch you guys had left from the previous day. And then, after hovering for a moment like gravity doesn't apply, it just drops to the ground.
Well, that's fantastic.
I'm still gonna continue casting.
Sure.
Clearly, Amazon has a D&D delivery.
Right, so when you went on your little adventure to the Bugland, was it like that, Edgar?
I shake my head like I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a portal to the Jeff Bezos dimension.
Or maybe it's the bug rape again.
Oh god.
What's that, Kayla? Or Tidge?
Can I cast Mage Hand and then kind of approach it?
Sure.
Oof. I would, I mean, just speaking on Edgar's behalf, I'd probably move in front of Tidge and put an arm out.
Okay.
I'll just muscle my way, try to muscle my way past.
Sure. Yeah, I wouldn't force you to stop, but I would start moving forward with you if that's what you wanted to do.
Okay.
Curiosity is piqued.
Now, you guys aren't very far from where, you know, the threshold of Mage Hand can get to, and when, you know, you try to muscle your way past Edgar, he goes, okay, well, I guess I'm coming with, and the two of you walk another 10 feet before your Mage Hand is actually within range to touch the strange object down the hallway. It lays there on the ground and has a sort of a glint to it. You're not sure what it is exactly, but it's not a big object. It'd be smaller than a dagger or even a butter knife.
Can I discern what shape it's in?
Yeah, it looks kind of circular.
Kalik, how's your detection coming?
You're like halfway through.
I'll say I'm about halfway.
Sure.
All right.
Do you take the thing with your Mage Hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Your Mage Hand reaches down. A little bit of dirt falls from it as you hold it up a little, and you guys see there, now in the light off the ground, what looks like a small necklace. There's a little rope, and it leads down to a pendant, and the pendant glitters a little bit. Not like it's necessarily emitting a whole bunch of light, like a lantern or anything, but like there's something within it. Maybe it's a stone that's been polished to the point where it's very good at reflecting light, or maybe it does emit a very faint light, but the pendant certainly gives off something. Also, you can tell it's not metallic. There in the light, some of the light seems to pass through it, almost. And you get the sense that what you're looking at is either a gemstone or some kind of glass.
What color is it?
It looks dark, kind of like murky.
I'm gonna reach for the necklace I have with the Sovereign Stone and see if it's still there.
Yes.
And if I pull it out, Edgar doesn't have a good memory for this because he barely looked at it. I would like let it hang from my hand where I can see both side by side and kind of compare.
As soon as he does that, I'd kind of glance to the side and see it and just shiver a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Edgar, when you hold yours in your hand and look at it, you see the visuals as like an inky murkiness comes animate and moves around. This isn't like that. The object at the end of the amulet there, this weird pendant, is certainly strange, but it doesn't seem to have any motion to it. As you bring the thing closer and closer, you get the sense that what you're looking at is not a sovereign stone.
Okay. I'd put my thing away then. Well done.
I'll turn it around. Like, is there a back to the gemstone? Like, it's set in the metal, or is it just like both sides? It kind of looks the same on both sides.
As you bring it closer, you see it's like a droplet of glass, a large circular portion, and then at the top it kind of tapers and twirls, making the little loop that the rope goes through. Furthermore, you see what looks like a collection of small disturbances within this glass, whose surface is a little bit dark and grayish, and it looks like there's 4 little pinpricks in it of some sort of semi-luminous light.
Tidge.
You're hovering this thing maybe a few feet away so you can get that kind of detail.
Are we thinking this is a June's doing? You know what? I would like cut myself off and just... I'm gonna do a detect or divine sense. Let me know if this is celestial, fiend, undead, consecrated, or desecrated.
You don't sense any of those. Now at this point, the detect magic finishes, and you can feel, given how close the object is now when your spell finishes, that this strange object Tidge holds in his mage hand does have some peculiar properties. There's magic there. There's absolutely magic there. It's not a mundane item. However, the only school that you can detect is divination, and the other bits of magic there are completely beyond your understanding.
Guys, that's... well, it's a little far-fetched to not think it's magical, seeing as it just apparated in front of us.
I kind of let out a hearty chuckle from my stomach there.
It's divination, so...
Do those little pinpricks of light mean anything? Like, could I infer that at all?
Roll luck and roll very high.
It's a constellation, fam. Oh, that's
Isn't 8 really high?
Things like... like detect magic, what I'm using is divination, I believe. Things like identify and augury are other spells I have. There are higher ones, but I'm not quite sure.
Well, you and I can't be scryed on for the moment, so...
I could cast identify on it, I suppose.
I suppose probably to be safe. I'll bring it closer and set it down.
Sure.
While he's casting that, could I, like, just subtly, I'll just kind of take a sidestep. I'd like to, this is a long shot, take a knee and ask Metri for guidance.
You can make a wisdom roll.
Because me and the big guy haven't talked in a while. Oh, God, c'est bon, ça. And my wisdom is +2, so 21.
You kneel down and say a prayer, hoping to commune with your god. While this is happening, you see, Tidge there with the object, and Kalik as well, who looks like he's going through some little ritual that he's setting up. But what they're doing seems to bleed away from you as you feel the sound sort of leave, and a voice speaks into your head, and you recognize it as Metri, and all he says is, "Speak."
I'll kind of feel a tinge of shame. Metri, before I ask for your guidance or help, I do want to start by saying that I've not been fulfilling my oath with the same diligence and virtue that I should be. I'm resorting to violence sometimes when I shouldn't be, so I apologize for that, and I will strive to do better. Yeah, go ahead.
You don't hear anything, but you feel something, and it's like you're sensing an emotion, kind of like when you see somebody's body language change, but you're not seeing anything, you just feel it run through you, and it's like just a sternness, like a
Right. Daddy's not impressed. we had our first run-in with this creature named the June. Not sure what to do right now, and we've just been dropped through the fabric of space an item whose origin we cannot determine. I was just wondering if this item would do harm against us and work against our goals.
There's a pause. You see Kalik pulling out like little pieces of chalk and a little candle and stuff like that, and Tidge eyeing this object. The voice continues and says, "It is but a complication."
Thank you. And I'll kind of leave it at that. Edgar wouldn't feel like he deserves more than that, given his the way he's been treating his oath lately. So I'll just kind of nod and give Metri a farewell and stand back up.
Sure. His last words are, "I'll be watching you, my child." And then he leaves. And time seems to return. And you see all the sounds you can hear, come rushing back and whatnot.
I'm just gonna keep to myself.
When you finish your identify ritual, do you touch the object?
I'll look at the others.
I would just be looking at the item.
We've got to do it eventually, right?
Go for it.
All right. Grip my teeth and I'll go ahead.
Psychic blast.
The moment that you touch the thing, you feel a powerful magic run through you. Sometimes when you identify an object, it's almost known, like you can expect it. You may identify something and find, it casts magic missile, I know what that is, or something. But sometimes it's just a rush of information, and this time it's certainly the latter. But you're able to piece through it and keep up. You find out that this, which you hold, or have just touched rather, is the Amulet of Constellations. It has a total of 3 sister amulets, and it can send messages to them in the form of stored text, and they too can send a message back. You also sense something else, which is that the amulets don't obey the laws of time.
What does that mean? Do they just, oh, okay, I'm gonna, chill with you for a day and then bye?
Potentially.
Oh, shit.
Now you're sorry you asked.
Does that ring any bells? The Amulet of Constellations? Like anything I might have read about?
Roll luck and roll very high.
Oh, is that me?
Yep.
Sure.
Help us out.
Willis. Aim high.
Do what I could.
Not gonna be a 1.
Oh, no!
Hey, at least this time it's not like, roll to see if you guys sleep tonight or something, right? Yeah, you have never heard of this thing. Now, furthermore, the last bit of info is that you can feel that there are currently 2 messages still stored within it. Like, something recent has run through it.
I will,
You know that you have to wear the thing, and then you can simply concentrate on it if you wish to use the object or access the messages.
So I'm holding it in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look over at Edgar. And I'll be like, this might be a little odd, but I need you to really keep an eye on me. And I'll start to hold it up, inspect the gem a little bit.
I'm gonna furrow my brow, and I'd like to insight check that. Sorry to interrupt, buddy, but I don't know what that means.
Sure, you can roll insight. I'd say you've been traveling with Kalik for a while. A 10 or more, and you'll probably know that he's about to put it on.
It's 1 billion.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hide anything, and I'll before I put it on, I'll say, It's an amulet that contains messages. Currently 2. We won't know what they are until someone wears it. And I'm not afraid to put it on.
I'm not afraid.
Why would a amulet that contains messages just appear from a strange fire portal?
Well,
doesn't it seem a bit coincidental?
Well,
Maybe they have a message for us.
there are a lot of beings, a lot of things at stake, and a lot of people or beings or, I don't know, factions at play here that may be interested, might have an invested portion in the story we have. I'm guessing there'd be a lot of people who'd want to say a thing or two to us.
Keelik, I think your healing magic's a little too important for you to just throw that thing on. But
says the most crippled party member.
I've taken quite a beating over the last couple of months, so
Here it comes.
Listen, you've taken enough of a beating.
I understand where you're coming from, but if somebody's gonna go down, I don't think it should be the most reliable healer. Like, I can do a little bit, but it pales in comparison to you. So I know it may seem strange, but I'd like to, if we're gonna put it on, I'd like to be the one to do it.
I'll kind of look a little disappointed.
If I survive, I mean, feel free to put it on yourself.
And I'll look down. And like, Tidge looks really fucking beat up.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
scars all over the place.
I'll just shake my head, look at Edgar, and look back at Tidge.
While he's looking at Edgar, I want to grab it.
Whoa! How
The
dare
betrayal.
you, sir.
Yes. Okay. Do you put it on?
Yeah.
Yes, my child.
Could I try to like pull it away?
Sure.
It breaks.
Yeah, you guys can make contested dexterity rolls. Straight dex.
Everyone has disadvantage because they're crippled.
The two cripples battle over the magical items.
Fighting
Well, I
on
got
the
a
floor.
natural 1, so
Oh shit!
7.
Okay. So you don't necessarily snatch it from him, but you're able to grab a hold of the necklace while he's got it in his hand as well. So you're both holding it, and you've managed to stop him before he puts it on.
Tidge, I really think you shouldn't put this on. You've been through so much shit.
So what's one more thing? I mean, you've been holding it this long. If it was going to do something, you said it just stores messages.
I believe so. I may be a reliable healer, but you are our connection to the Traveler. If we lose you, all we've done essentially is for naught, because we won't have a way to communicate or have guidance through him.
Traveler? You mean the
Or-
librarian?
Librarian, sorry.
I got mind fucked there for a second. I'm like, what the fuck
So
was
wasn't
that?
watching a little Critical Role.
You missed an episode.
Alright,
I'll just let go. But who am I to say anything? Fair. Whatever.
Do you put it on,
Alright.
Tidge?
yeah, I'll kind of cast him a knowing glance, and then deep breath and put it on.
When you put the thing on, you can sense that it's magical. Even without need for identify, even if no one had told you, just putting it around your neck, you're like, there's a power here. Do you want to access it?
Yes.
There are 2 messages stored within. You see them in their proper sequences. They come from 2 different names here, and each one seems to be a sentence or 2. There's nothing too long. The first one is sent to you or I guess all of the amulets here, under the name Tyrant Star, and it reads like this. The second one comes from a name that is Light Killer, and it replies like this. You feel like you can respond, and that you could write a message back.
Get a cool call sign. Don't make it Tidge.
Yeah, like this Tyrant Star and Light Killer.
Be the Phantom Dawn.
You can't set you can't set the name. I would say that you would know that there is one that corresponds to the amulet. You won't know it until you send a message if you do decide to send one.
Oh, so the name is
cool.
the name of the amulet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said there are 3 in total?
4.
4.
4 amulets?
What if the other parties have it?
So reading that, Tidge, what do you want to do? You get this information, are you like going to tell the group? Are you going to send a message off? Like, what's going on?
Say it's Welfare Wednesday, don't know what it means.
No, I'll snap back and I'll tell them what the messages say.
Okay, so you read to them what it says, and you guys here early in the morning in this mine shaft here in the torchlight just have to digest that. The first one says, Great souls like you and I are being hunted. We have been granted this powerful artifact to coordinate our efforts against a common enemy. And Light Killer replies, You somehow know who we are and how to find us. What we need from you is more information.
What do you guys make of that?
Cryptic.
Well, Kalek kind of called it, didn't he? There are factions out there. Some of them might be invested in the same common goal as we. It's not a stretch to think that there aren't enemies on all sides.
After identifying this amulet, does there seem to be like a limit to how much you can use it for like messages or no?
I would say that you wouldn't know this, but Tidge could tell you, because Tidge, if you think about sending a message, you feel like your mind is being strained, and you think that the short messages is actually constrained by like the amount of mental effort it takes to write them. Like, you feel like you could send a couple sentences, but if you tried to do a paragraph, like it would be undoable. Like your brain would snap, kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. I'll tell them that. Like you can send brief messages, but the longer it is, the harder it is the more taxing it is on your mind.
So, let's keep it simple. We are being hunted by a June. We nearly killed him. I don't know what else to add there, but
can I make some sort of insight check on the messages, like to see if they?
No.
No. Okay, makes sense. They're just words.
Yeah, I would say you would have to come to your own conclusions.
We could ask them also if the name of June rings any bells.
Who would send something like this to us? Better yet, who would send something like this to you, Edgar, Annie, or Arillo? Because they can't scry. No one can scry on Kalek and I.
It says exactly who it's from. It's from other great souls.
A June was a great soul.
Yep.
Yeah, well, June was the one doing the hunting.
Right. So here's kind of a question. What if he was being controlled? Is that possible? Oh my god, just 9 million accents right rolled up into that one little envelope.
Welcome to Carrick. I was Australian, British, and everything in between for a year, so it's all good.
Generic empire colony somewhere.
Commonwealth.
Yeah.
We could say, you don't know me.
Look, what if we pretend to be on the side of this light killer? Just say, obviously, they're trying to get information from Tyrant Star. What if we just say, who is this common enemy?
Sure.
Do you wish to type that?
I mean, if you feel like you can add more, add more. I'd say we avoid giving anything about our location. Definitely don't mention the librarian. But if we can tell them who is hunting us, and if they have anything else to add, they might be able to help.
Who is your enemy, and why should we trust you?
Ours is a June? Or do you feel like even just mentioning his name is too risky?
I feel like that's a bit of a risk, and also, the more we say, the harder it is, the more taxing it will be. So, if we say, who is this enemy, and how did you come to know of us, and who is this enemy?
Sure.
I think that might be adequate.
Tidge, I'd like you to send to me in Discord in a PM what it is that you want to write.
The other parties have the amulets. The other parties have the amulets. I really hope that's it. I really hope that's it.
And a couple
wait.
NPCs.
To allow metagaming without metagaming.
Metagaming are metagames.
Oh man.
While Tidge is having an aneurysm, I'll hold up the key I got from last night. And I'll be like, great souls like you and I are being hunted. We have been granted this powerful artifact. And I'll hold up the key. To coordinate our efforts against a common enemy. I'll look at Edgar. By the way, disappointment visited last night.
I straight up turn around and start walking out. I'm serious.
You need to get some fresh air. You step outside of the cave.
Yeah, I just that was the last straw for me. So disappointed.
Oh, hey, it's Taslin. I hope that guy's doing well. Let's see. So, Tidge, you're right. Yes, tell us who you are and who this enemy is so we can confirm your ties to us. Is that what you are writing?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds here.
Based on your identified, do you know if the messages can disappear? Or are they permanently stored? Do they get overwritten?
You think that they will fade eventually.
Okie dokie ravioli.
Okay. So you send off this message, and you also find out what your moniker happens to be, or your amulet, perhaps.
Type massive.
I feel like that's a bad guy in One Punch Man.
Congratulations, that's who you are now.
Alright, well, we know the names of 3 now. we know Tyrant Star, Light Killer, and this one seems to be called Type Massive.
What a lame name.
Right?
Sounds like they're huge or fat or something.
Guys, don't piss off the DA.
Look, you weren't all gonna get cool names. Sorry, Wednesday group. I had to give you guys a welfare one.
Hashtag dunce cap.
Like, I had to pull out a bargain bin name.
No. No.
Here comes the bunny.
Money, money, money.
Be honest, with all the gold we got, are we the wealthiest out of the parties?
Are you guys the wealthiest?
Yes.
Table Talk, Tuesday just finished a quest for 4,000 gold.
Motherfucker.
They can suck
What?
my dick.
Yeah, they did well, I can't tell you at all. But anyway.
They did this thing where they got this amulet. Oh, I said too much.
So, you send that message off. It appears there amongst the other two. What do you want to do?
Let's go check out this cave.
Nothing appears otherwise.
No,
Just kinda
time passes, a couple of minutes there while Edgar gets some fresh air outside, and no new messages show up.
Alright, I'll just take it off and put it in my bag.
Sure.
So, I sent her a message. There was no immediate reply. But I think if we keep looking into it every day or so, maybe we can figure something out.
Speaking of janky ass necklaces, what do you reckon we should do with the other one?
Destroy it.
I still have my rock covered bug guts covered rock.
Really role playing that concussion, bud. You're nailing it.
Raise an eyebrow. Gorilla. Look back at Titch.
Rock cover.
Well,
I mean, I don't have it anymore, Edgar.
I know he
Edgar's
has
got
it.
but I'm
We
not.
could repurpose it. I know.
I
Like,
would
are you
rather
still
do that.
like seeing fucked up shit?
I mean, I can't stop thinking about it. Every time I see it, I shudder. But I don't see anything now, right?
No.
No, I mean, I don't see anything. Who knows what would happen if I go down into that basement again, but
Alright, just wanted to double check.
I mean, it teleported me away for into a plane I had no idea what to do with.
Well, we're killing time. No. Cock my head over to where Edgar just left and
Yeah.
make my way up.
Sure.
I'll start making my way out as well.
You guys meet outside of the cave there. Edgar, what have you been up to?
Looking at the skyline, wondering what the fuck I'm doing with my life.
That's a fair thing to do. You see the rest of your group appears outside with you as well.
Shall we
I'd
make
still
our way
be
back
like-
to Seba?
Yes, master.
I mean, is there anything closer?
To the map.
No.
We need to ask Barjogger some questions.
Your hometown's through the mountains. The City of Thieves. It's a good time.
Ooh.
There's the dwarves and the monks.
Let's go see the dwarves.
I feel like
Dwarves
you're
gave us this
fascinated
broken.
about them, like the way that Carl Pilkington's fascinated about midgets.
I think they may study Alderanism.
Mm.
We have to confer with Barcharger, like Edgar says. Promise that we'd let him know what happened to Ajun. so we can make a quick stop and then be on our way. Perhaps he can tell us some way to find him.
You guys going for Seba then?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just follow along.
Where is Seba? Oh, it's right there. Oh, we're not too far away from it.
Well,
Oh, that's amazing. You flip those two numbers together, you got a 21. It's got to count for something.
Yeah. Jack shit.
A total of 2 days pass as you leave the mountains and run the gauntlet across the desert. Using cleric magic for water and what rations you guys have, you eventually make it, and cresting over a massive sand dune, see off in the distance, on both sides encircled by the famous river, the city of Seba is there. And we're going to go to a brief 5-10 minute break.
fuck, I gotta piss so bad.
We'll be back in a moment.
Gross. Women don't do that.
Who said I was a woman?
Oh. Mind blown.
Can I insight check that?
You guys left the magical cave. How could you do that?
Fuck that!
What?
There's a beholder orgy going down, and I don't want no part in it.
Missing out.
Do you know how do beholders reproduce?
When they
They
dream, they basically spawn other beholders into existence.
Are you fucking serious?
That's
awesome.
actually how it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Is it like every dream, or does it have to be a particularly like hot and heavy dream?
It depends on the dream, and the type of dream and the type of beholder having it will determine what kind of beholder is made.
You're better than
fucked
a
up.
fucking monster manual, my friend.
Yeah. You could just flood the world with beholders.
No, let's not do that.
Let's not do that, but just saying that he could do that.
Just, hey, Beholder 3, here's your Vicodin for the day. Sleep good, my friend. Good dreams, good dreams. I'll be back.
What
Sleeps for 4 days straight, creates 4 beholders.
So at the end of this story, can we have another like question time, or we can like?
Super long question time, yeah.
Okay, so this cave is probably gonna be one of them.
Yeah, I want to know what the fuck's down that hole. Magical item. Just like a full magical set. Some dead dude inside of it. Have to kill him.
Well, it's not too late to renege on the travel to Seba.
You know, guys, we're halfway here.
You could
Fuck
just
it,
get
let's
to
go.
Seba and then do your stuff there and then go back and be like, well, we should definitely explore this cave.
Nah, they probably broke into the wasp hive. Nope.
Instead of
not going
armed
here.
guard, it's like pest control. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Oh jeez, what the heck? I just get back and everybody leaves.
Georgia?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I think I'm gonna go get my ruler. It's in my car. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, I am back.
What up?
Not much. I've got Jolly Rancher bites, and then the soft, chewy ones that have that like jelly inside. And I've got 2 more zebra cakes left, so you know, I'm living the good life.
America.
Truck, yeah.
I mega failed my 2 injury checks.
Nice.
Well, only mega failed one. I got a nat 1 on one of them, and a 12 on the
Oh,
other,
did we get
so-
to roll twice more?
Yeah, it was 2 days, so.
Oh,
And
okay.
You said we could?
I'm assuming you said once per rest, so. I mean, I failed anyways, but it might be worth checking, I suppose.
I'll check it. I'm down to keep my concussion. I think it's great. I passed. I no longer have my concussion.
You
What do
need
you mean?
20.
You need a
Oh,
20.
you need a 20. Oh! Alright, so I still have my concussion. I still have my concussion. You need a 20 to pass? That's insanity.
Well, injuries don't just heal themselves. That's a lie. Sometimes they.
I was about to say. Last time I checked, a broken foot normally heals.
But when you take 7 in rapid succession, it takes a little.
Yeah, your brain doesn't know which one to focus first. You're cool with your stupid loud car. Stop. Oh yeah, you know what? Alexa, turn off my TV. Wrong TV. What the hell?
Did you get an echo from Prime Day?
No, I got the cube. But she messed with my other screen, so I've got to unplug this screen so I can fix it.
The cube?
Yeah.
I don't know what any of this stuff is.
Alright. Alright, what's that? Alexa, turn my
I'm
TV
back.
on.
Okay.
What the hell? She takes control of both my TVs.
Skynet.
That's insanity.
But I thought that was a workout.
What?
Sorry?
Insanity.
Who does insanity?
No idea.
You're mega confusing me right now.
He said that's insanity, and I said I thought that was a workout. It wasn't for a joke.
I see. I got you. Could you explain it further though? Because I still didn't laugh. No.
No, I'm done.
All right. I'm gonna give you like a B for effort though. I mean, you really stuck with it even afterwards.
Is it pick on Ashley time?
Yeah. It's okay.
Girls are gross.
I'm not a girl.
Alright,
A
fuck.
grill.
What is that? What are those? They don't exist on the internet.
There we go. I got it.
Is everybody back yet? Or are we waiting on Connor? What's going
I'm
on?
shoving a piece of toast in my mouth and we'll start.
I never
Oh.
left.
He's shoving it in his mouth.
God damn it.
What? What?
Edgar.
Edgar. Eric. Eric.
Edgrick.
I love you, kitchen gun.
So now that I know that she can control both my TVs, I am not doing that again. I don't know how she controls this one. She's not even plugged into this one.
Oh, plugged into it.
God damn it.
You have to be hardwired
God damn it.
to the. Do you have to be? Well, does she have to be hardwired? Obviously
she-
not if she can
Yeah.
control it.
Somehow. She's only connected through an HDMI onto my other.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
The Wi-Fi gives her
Alexa.
maximum penetration. That's what allows
Yes.
her to connect with it.
So, during Prime Day, I bought a Amazon Fire Cube, and
What the fuck
This-
is that?
it is basically a voice-activated remote.
Puzzle box.
Consumerism
could-
101.
Shut up. Basically, what I can do, you know, the Echo.
Nope.
Oh, that makes it even harder to talk. All right, so
Those smart home devices.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like an Internet of Things control your life black box.
Yes.
yeah,
Ah.
Here, one second.
Does it talk to you and shit too with like an AI?
yeah. I won't say. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 10:30.
Oh
That's
no.
the creepiest thing I've ever fucking heard. Throw that thing in the trash now.
Connor, you have a Google,
I got
don't you?
pregnant.
I do.
Doesn't you literally use it just for an alarm clock?
Pretty much.
It's a great use.
I'm almost done.
Just a question though, Aleutian.
A question.
During those 2 days of travel, does that include 2 long rests?
Mm-hmm.
Just want to be sure because 3 of us
Oh, yeah,
already
can
rolled
we-
twice for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we start, we'll make
I
some
did-
cripple rolls.
Oh, 3 of us already did them.
No, you didn't.
I didn't do them.
Passed.
I wasn't watching shit, so you definitely didn't do them.
None of us passed, anyways.
You're right. You're right. No. You're right. We didn't do them.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn Jews.
I want to keep my concussion.
The Zionists are
Rock covered rock. I've got a rock covered rock.
You want a popcorn, buddy? They're cheddar. Yeah.
Ooh, yes, please.
Aren't they yummy?
Did you just say popcorn buddy or cheddar?
No, I said, do you want a popcorn, buddy? They're
Oh.
cheddar.
I was like, is popcorn buddy a flavor now?
It's a friend. Just
Sounds
covered
like
in
an
fun.
Adult Swim TV commercial. Welcome to Popcorn Buddy.
I can
their new
picture
game.
Seth Green saying all of it and everything.
From the creators of Broom Shakalaka comes this great new feature.
Little Hitler, everyone gets the same size desk. Okay, we're good to go. And we're back. You guys pull into the town of Seba, making it up to the gates. What are you guys gonna do? It's the middle of the afternoon, and you've made 2 days travel. Go ahead and roll those injury rolls.
Okay.
Fail.
2 fails.
Did you want us to redo them?
Fail.
Yes. I didn't see them, so you didn't do them.
Woo! Fails. I keep my.
Great.
Oh, you got one.
Ashley, be happy for him.
Oh, I'm happy for you, not for me.
He's bored again.
But mostly
a
I'm
nat-
jealous and bitter.
He gets a nat 20 and all I hear is, great!
I was talking about my own dice.
Well,
but
that's
I-
just fucking peachy.
I know you must have been, but it just, the timing was impeccable.
Do you have more than 1 injury?
Nope, I only had one.
Nice. You are no longer a crippled boy. Now, in the town of Seba, what are you guys doing?
Master, could you drop us off at that one inn while you guys go talk to Barjarger? Or do you want to just
Oh shit, yeah, you guys would definitely have to be manacled. The guards at
Yeah.
the counter, or at the gate, would look at the papers and make sure that you're all tied up.
or you could
I
just
am
leave us in
tied
the
up.
lobby again with Arillo. It's up to you, really.
You're talking to Titch, right?
Both of you, I guess.
I'd like some more of that stew.
I
Let's
looked
go
at
back to
Titch
the-
and just, like, shrugged my shoulders like, your call.
Let's go back to the inn.
Okay. On the slave driver's orders, you guys find yourselves at a similar inn.
Alright, I'll get a room.
Okay.
How much it is.
She charges you very little. It's like 2 copper, I think.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm gonna sit down at a nearby free table.
Sure. There it is.
Right.
So you guys cluster in here. You get a room for whatever purpose and sit down at a table nearby. And you guys are at Vesma's Inn, which you guys had been to before. This half-orc woman seems to really just not care about the fact that you have 2 heathen demon creatures with you, and lets you guys stay. It also costs 2 copper for food if you want to have the day's rations here.
For sure, yeah, for
Sure.
me.
So you can go and subtract that.
I'm gonna pop out the 91 gold and divvy it up 5 ways.
Sure.
I'm gonna hand pouches to Arillo, myself, and Tidge. And I'll just kind of give Annie and Kalik like an eye, like you guys will get this when we're in a more discreet location.
Oh, I would have you carry it anyway, so, I mean, because I'm incapable of doing so.
I can carry whatever money needs to
Physically,
be carried,
not, you know.
since I don't spend shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Just let me know how much gold I'm taking along. That way I can write it in.
I don't know. I can't do math right now. My face is full of popcorn.
Popcorn?
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Cheddar covered popcorn.
Oh, well then I don't care. It's gross.
What?
I'd rather have popcorn, buddy.
18 gold. It's 10 silver for a gold, right?
Yes, 10 silvers to a gold.
So everyone gets 18 gold and 2 silver.
Okay.
I'm at 58 Aurello gold.
I'll need this for, I'll need that for a familiar before too long.
Did you split your shit yet?
I gave it to Aurello, but it
Oh,
was,
I said that table talk. Sorry.
Oh.
I don't think Edgar would have said that. But...
yeah, I would have split it. It would have been 4 platinum apiece.
Four platinum apiece?
Yeah, it was 20 platinum total we found on it.
Okay.
Whose gold am I carrying?
You'd be carrying
Mine.
Kalik and well, I mean, Kalik, you can add
Am I
it for
also
now
carrying
because
your-
we'll just assume that we give it to you at some point where it's
Yeah.
discreet, like in the room. But
Am I also carrying your platinum?
Oh yeah, you can divide that too.
we just did.
Both? Like all 20
Oh.
platinum?
No, just Oh wait, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we just did
20
that.
for each. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can carry it all because I mean I'm crippled.
Okay.
Pretty
So,
Okay.
how much gold do I have from other people? I'm just writing down others'
You would have
coins.
got 18.2 from me, 18 gold, 2 silver, and then 4 platinum. That's what you got.
Okay,
And
I got
for-
that as well.
For Annie, you would have the same thing, 18.2 plus 4.
All right.
And don't consider Kalik. I mean, if Aleutian's okay with it, we'll just... You can just, Connor, add it to your sheet, and we'll just assume we go to the room and give it to you or something.
crunch crunch is the response.
We'll move that away.
Alright,
All right.
so,
I've got your gold marked in my, or your money marked in my inventory.
So, I mean, I know you guys haven't met him, but I'll look to Tidge. We might as well roll the dice on Barjarger today. We don't know
Yeah.
what it'll be like tomorrow.
Hopefully he's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Right.
How far is the temple from here?
It's probably like 30 minutes across town.
You know what? I'll walk up to Edgar and I'll put my hand on his shoulder and I'll cast Enhance Ability. I'll say you've got an hour for charisma, or you'll be more persuasive, hopefully.
Well, that combined with a bit of Metri's blessings, and should be able to persuade Barjarger to give me the cloak off his back. So thank you. I guess. Alright.
I'll be in the room at least.
I guess we got to get going, Tidge. Aurello, you good to watch these two?
Mm-hmm.
Try, for the love of Metri, not tying them up to a post this time.
In fact,
How will
here's
you
the-
keep
I'm
them in
already
place?
walking away.
Try.
Like before he could answer.
You guys see
Oh,
Aurello slowly reach for the rope at his backpack.
I'll have given him the room key.
Okay. So you guys stay back at the tavern while the two of you go over to the necro hall that you had been to before. When you get inside, there are different priests or whatever it is that these people are wandering around, and you try to arrange for a meeting with Barjarger. I'd like you to go ahead and roll luck, please.
I think it's your...
Oh no, I did that last time. It's all yours, Billy.
Oh. Fuck. Oh, you rolled 13. Roll a 1. Oh.
Oh.
He kills you. No, okay. So you guys go in and
Insta-kill.
one of the assistants relays the message, and after waiting for a brief moment for a couple minutes here in this strange hall, eventually one of them comes back to you and helps you into the room. There you find a familiar face, and Barjarger turns and looks at the two of you, and I'm going to make a roll. Okay. He looks at you and he says, you two. You look so familiar. Ah, no, I remember now. How is your business going?
I'm gonna furrow my brow and look at Tidge. Last time I talked, I got pinned to a wall BDSM style, so...
It's a bit, how do I put it? Sketchy, I guess, would be a way to put it.
You were investigating, what was it?
A June.
Yes, one of the old... Yeah. How's sketchy, you say? You didn't find anything.
No, we did. In fact, we found...
Eh? He holds up a finger, and he says, I remember mentioning his residence to you the other time, but breaking into his house or doing anything like that would be a crime, and I certainly wouldn't want to hear about anything like that or be wrapped into anything unfortunate.
Of course.
He just kind of turns back after smiling and continues writing at his desk.
Yes.
You sly bastard, Barjarger.
We found ourselves in his mountain safe house.
Ah, so you found it then.
We did, and we discovered what appears to be, for lack of a better term, I guess his workshop. Some temple inside a puzzle box.
He squints and looks over. A puzzle box.
Ah, yes. Probably would have been a good idea to bring it along with us.
You still have it.
Tidge, if you don't mind me mentioning something here. It seems like... I'm not sure if this is possible or even accurate, but it does seem like a June mastered the puzzle box itself. It was able to stay in the same location within his abode.
You see almost what looks like a flare, like a change in color of the spectral outline of a person that follows over this skeleton that sits there.
And what we found inside was a desecrated landscape of islands that seemed to have been feeding a pit. Humans were being sacrificed, or living creatures, we assume. And we nearly killed a man when we retreated into... What was that hut called, Tidge?
Just a tiny hut. It was a scroll that we had purchased a while ago.
Right.
There's a tap on my door. Sorry, before we continue, I'm gonna go to a very brief break.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's never happened in 2 years, so I mean...
I know,
There's
right?
that tap
First
on
time.
my door.
Honey, are you okay? Do you want pizza pockets?
Mom!
Some 12-year-old just swatted a Lucian.
Oh no! That's... Well, in Canada it would be like, oh, we received a bomb threat there, and you know, we figured it was okay, but we wanted to see if you were okay, if anything. It's like, oh, I'm good. Meanwhile, in the United States, your shit's getting predator strike, my man.
Get on the ground!
You're
Get
on a
on the
watch list
fucking
for life.
ground!
We got an AC-130 on fucking standby. Don't fuck with us.
Alright, really sorry about that. Is everybody here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So what were you about to say to him?
Right. I was just saying, once we retreated into this tiny hut, He set his own domain of flame and retreated. And here's the catch. We found his corpse in the desert without a skeleton. And a bizarre gaseous entity shaped in the form of a demon escaped his body when we prodded it.
Like a green plume of smoke.
That's why we're here.
He looks over from his desk. He's clearly paused his work, and during your last couple sentences there, Edgar, he's been completely absorbed, just watching you. And he gets up from his desk and walks over, and he goes up towards the door and opens it for a moment. Do you guys do anything while that's happening?
No.
No. Just wait.
I don't want to raise the ire of a fucking rich man.
Sure. He has a brief conversation in a hushed tone with probably one of the guards that are always stationed outside of his door. And then he closes the thing and approaches, and he stands next to you guys, and you can see this sort of spectral, ghostly figure there moving. And he says, "This is bad. This is very bad."
How so? Could you mind elaborating?
I know of what you speak, and without a doubt, you're certain that you saw all this. None of it was illusion.
I could tell.
I'll pull out this would be a kind of retcon illusion, but could I have asked whoever had the piece of skin with the rune on it to give it to me before heading
I
over
have
to
it.
Barjark? You have it?
Yeah.
Okay, then I would just mention to Tidge, take it out.
We saw that he had this tattoo of the rune that we've been seeking, and we're able to remove it. Here it is. During that time, his body shriveled up, as though it were aging rapidly. And when that smoke came out, when we touched it, it was like it was as soon as we broke the skin, and it seemed like it was going to try and have some magical effect on us. But we were able to resist it.
Natural time.
Describe it to me. What happened? This seems to be a powerful rune. Whatever magic it is that Ajun is working here. Well, I shouldn't even say Ajun, really. What did you see?
Tidge, fill in the blanks here, but and I close my eyes. We're on horseback, going across the desert. We spot the body. He's there. He's the only set of footprints around, and he's on the ground, clearly dead, with no belongings but his robes. He seemed unnaturally distorted, as if he had no skeleton, and upon our investigation, that was the case. Upon taking out a simple dagger and carving out the back of his head where the tattoo was, this green gaseous entity came out in the form of a demon. It lingered over the body for what must have been, and I looked at Tidge, maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was brief, but it was large enough that our friends down the beach, probably about, I don't know, 100 feet away or so, could see it.
Yes,
maybe even further.
It wasn't due to, clearly, but it wasn't due to any inflating of the body or decomposition. He'd only been there, we must assume, 8 hours at the very most. That's how long we were in the hut. So, that's it. That's all we know, Barjarga, regarding the body itself. We have more details, but that was to answer your question there.
I have something to search. Would you mind returning in a couple of hours?
Should we bring the puzzle box? Everything there is destroyed. June saw to that. Along with his monk skeletal warriors that I've never seen before. I mean, they were imposing to say the least. We've dispatched of most of them, I believe, as well.
Is it in the city? Have you brought it here?
We have.
It may prove to be very dangerous.
What would you like for us to do with it? Can you dispose of it?
Meanwhile, Keelik grabs the puzzle. Checks it's there.
He looks like he's thinking for a second, and then he turns to you and he says, "It is yours, and you can decide what to do with it ultimately, but I would strongly recommend that you give it over, that we may destroy it."
I look to Tidge and shrug. I mean, Barjager personally, I don't see any reason to keep it around other than luring Ajun himself, but I mean,
it may
you must
be...
know best.
I must go do my research. This can't wait. And he just turns and leaves through the doorway.
Okay. I have never seen him like that, Tidge. Well, in the
we've only seen him 3 times.
Right. But that focused, that attentive.
Being this old, being so worried about something like that.
You see the guard walks in next to you in the hallway while you guys are talking, and he motions like, to step out of Barjager's office.
Yeah.
Right. And we go like, I kind of shake my head like, of course, and I start heading out.
Yep.
And
same.
I give the guard just like a quick apology, like sorry.
Yep. He gives you a nod, like, there's no worries, and you guys step back out into the hall. Now, meanwhile, Keelik, Annabelle, and Orilla, what are you guys up to?
Oh, just hanging out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just chilling? Okay.
Checking their injuries and doing a little bit of reading. That's about it.
Sure. Orilla?
Are we near that horse again?
What?
Or is it gone?
Long gone.
Well, you never
It was
know.
in a totally different side of town.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Days ago.
I'm just looking around.
Looking for a horse
My-
with no name.
Concussion.
Okay.
I'd probably see a horse, it's just you guys don't.
What?
I have a concussion.
Yeah, yep. So, back across town, the two of you stepped out into the hall. What are you doing? Are you going to return to your group? Are you going to wait for a couple hours? What's up?
Oh, I would return to the group.
Yeah.
Sure.
Personally.
We gotta get that puzzle box.
Okay. The door opens. About an hour since they had left, you see Edgar and Tidge return.
How did it go?
We made him very nervous.
I sit down and just down a drink. Like you nearby drink.
2 copper.
Slap it down it.
It's not good at all, but it stays the nerves.
And I go sit down.
I'll have sat down. We've got to go back to meet him. We told him about what we saw on the beach, and he was rather distraught, almost nervous.
Imagine it's very hard to make a being of that magnitude nervous in any way, so...
Absolutely. He wants to see the puzzle box.
Fair enough.
Tidge. And I look to Keelik, he wants to destroy the puzzle box.
Doesn't bother me.
Okay. I just wanted to be honest. And I kind of say that a bit awkwardly, but...
After seeing what's in there, I'm not opposed.
Yeah, and we did let Barjager know that there weren't many clues to be found, so... He did say, however, that when I mentioned the idea of luring Ajun, that it might actually work, but
with how worried he was, I think he's afraid of that plan working. Or, I mean, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I do think destroying it might be the best option.
He might be a decrepit madman from your description of him before, but he's probably just a little bit more capable than we are.
Oh, I can guarantee it by the way he pinned me to the wall with nothing but a glance, so... And decrepit and old I wouldn't use. And I don't mean like that's a slight, it's... Barjarger's something different.
He's reanimated.
Yeah, and he's lively. When he's lively, he's certainly capable of it, but seeing him move with such gusto today, I don't know if it's temperament, sense of alarm, or both, but the fact that he also told us to come back in a few hours and not next day should also be indicative. Let's just hope that he maintains his mood over these next few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably best not to keep him waiting. You don't want to wait over there.
What do you think, Titch?
I mean, is there anything else that we can do? I mean, I don't think so either. Yeah. Just wait for his return.
Okay.
I think we should wait here maybe an hour or two, and maybe show up 45 minutes early. But if his mood has changed, I just would rather not be waiting outside of his door and potentially pissing him off, you know?
True.
Let's just show up fashionably early, but
that's fine.
Not eager.
Okay. You guys resolve to stay at the tavern for a bit. With plenty of time to spare, you do eventually leave and head for the halls. Are you bringing your tiefling slaves with you?
I mean, I asked them, but the first time around they were more comfortable staying. If they want to come, they can come. Guys, do you have voices?
I wouldn't mind staying, but he may have questions for us too. I'm not sure how... what's the term? Racist he is, but...
I don't know either, and I suspect his degree of racism, if it's there, changes from mood to mood, so...
I mean, we've waited in the lobby once before. We can do it again.
I mean, at the very least, we can ask a guard if your presence would be offensive or something. Since we're going to be early.
Oh, sounds important. Probably prefer to be around, so.
Alright.
Okay. The group in its entirety leaves, traveling from one end of town to the other. You get to the Necro Hall and step inside. The guards seem to notice your peculiar friends, but they don't stop you. And the chains and manacles and all that seem to be enough to kind of allow them entry. Now, when you guys get here, you're certainly early, and nothing seems to happen immediately. But eventually, over time... sorry, were you guys going to ask the guard anything? Or are you going to just wait till the 2 hours pops up?
I mean, last time we spoke to the guard, he basically just told us his mood changes, so go in. Like, that's it, so I don't...
So you guys wait, and are hoping that Barjarger's return will be good. I need a luck roll from somebody.
I think it's your turn there, Steve.
Oh, is it? Alright.
Don't let us down.
Well, you know.
The hell did it hit off of? Got a 5 and it hit off
the side of the table.
Wow.
I'm gonna formally ask for a reroll.
Your request is denied. Eventually, Barjarger returns, and you guys see him walking near the back end of the hall, and it looks like he's storming. You know, like he's walking with like a whole swell of anger around him. And he goes over, opens the door, and then in a mild slam disappears past it into his office. What do you guys want to do?
That
Caleb,
might be.
you're with us, right? Or no?
We're with you.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah.
all clustered together inside.
Everyone's with us.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Oh. So, he's pissed off, and if we wait, we might anger him more, and if we go in, we might die. What do you think we're doing, Titch? I think we need to go in 1 or 2 people max right now. Bring the rest in if he wants.
I think so too. Just ease our way in.
I'll wait with Keely.
I think I'm gonna wait out here.
Oh, I'm gonna get fucking killed, aren't I? And I'm gonna go to the door and look to Titch.
Yeah, I'll walk
Alrighty.
right up with you.
I'll motion for Edgar to come back towards me, and I'll pass him the puzzle box and the wrapped up.
I'm actually gonna hand it back to you, and shake my head. Like, I'd rather bring that in when he asks. I know that seems weird, but this could be important, and if we give it to him while he's, and I really hush my tone, unstable, I don't know what he'll use it for, so hold on to it for just a few minutes more if you don't mind.
Is there a guard by the door
Yes.
still? When you guys are done talking, I'll just chat with him for a second.
Sure. When you walk up, he looks over. You recognize him from a couple hours ago, and he gives you a nod. He says, "Are you going in?"
Well, I mean, he requested that we come back in a couple of hours, but it seems that his mood has shifted. In your experience, is it better to keep an appointment when he's like that, or to let him cool off?
He looks at the door and then looks at you, and then he opens his mouth to speak and then closes his mouth, and then he opens again and then pauses, and then he says, "It's the temple's policy to pay for any complications if there is an untimely death."
Uh-huh. Right.
Can I insight check that?
Sure, roll insight.
Does he mean like we'll pay for your revival if he cripples you, or like Disco Fun? That'll be, I believe, a 21. Yeah.
You're not sure how far this is going. You can't tell exactly what the guard is thinking, but you do see in his eyes what looks like relived experiences, like he's kind of having the what is it, like the Vietnam dog staring at the cupcake kind of look as he's, peers off into the distance. And you know for certain that Barjargar has killed people here before. As far as what would happen if he did that to you guys, you get the sense that the Necro Hall would help you in some way. You don't know if that means revival or if that means like paying for your ashes to be sent across the world to your family.
I'll ask him directly. Look, son, something goes wrong in there. I'm not looking for compensation. Are we going to be brought back or no?
He looks at you and he goes, "I don't mean to be rude, but are you of noble birth or import to the city?"
I'm of noble birth, but not of any import to the city.
I've seen revivals for important figures before.
Tidge, hold on to this, please. and I give him my my seal of nobility and my signet ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna look at him like, wish me luck, but stay the fuck here.
I'll kind of like put up a finger to like motion you to come towards me before you go.
I'll kind of heavily sigh as if like this is a last minute reprieve before getting face fucked, and I'll go over there.
And once again, a familiar feeling. I'll cast Enhance Ability.
That gives me advantage, right?
Advantage on Charisma.
Okay. I am going to Channel Divinity, Emissary of Peace, +5 to Charisma.
Okay.
And I'm going to waltz the fucking... And I'm going to get the puzzle box beforehand. If I have to leave that room while he's mad, I've changed my mind on that. That's... I just want it there. Okay.
I'd pass it over.
When you return, the guard gives you a nod, understanding. He opens the door, and you step in, and before the door is even closed, it like jostles forward another inch or two as a shockwave comes out that echoes through the entire hall, and you hear Barjarger's voice, including you guys who are like, you know, way off in the center of the room, as he shouts, "You idiot!" Do you continue in?
I look over my shoulder and go, fuck, like in my head, and then I walk in, yeah.
Okay. When you come in, his aura looks like it's disturbed and in a flurry. Normally you'd see like a ghostly appearance that maintains a certain degree of similarity to like a human form. This time it's kind of like wispy, like it's pulling away into flames and whatnot. And he looks at you, and he looks like he's beyond mad. And he says, "The box, do you have it?"
I nod.
And he holds out his hand.
I take it out and give it to him with the cloth on it. And I am just like, to give you context here, all I'm thinking about, I'm trying to channel my oath here, not just of peace, but also I'm focusing in and trying to use Metri's guidance to see the good in Barjarger here, and I'm hoping he does the right thing despite his instability. I've seen him be a good man before.
Make a straight charisma roll to see if you can calm him using your channel peace in some way.
Do I have advantage, or is it just that because I have enhanced ability? I don't know if that works.
Sure, I'd give that to you. You're pretty juiced up.
Nice. So +5 is 12, and it's just straight charisma, so yeah. 15.
+5 is 12. How did you get 15? Sorry?
I added my charisma +3, and I added my +5 from Emissary of Peace.
Gotcha. Okay. He looks over and sort of grumbles to you, and you feel like there's some sort of like disturbance in the air, and you see what it is. Near you, there's like a slight crack running through the wall, and what looks like a piece of stone that's like floating off of it towards you. Like the whole place threatens to kind of fall apart. And he turns back and stares at the cloth that you've handed him there, and he kind of moves his finger around on the side of the cloth. And he turns to you and he says, "Gather whatever other idiots you've brought with you, and we're going."
I nod, and I just
oh my god,
walk back and open the door if he lets me.
Sure, yeah. He storms out, and he turns over to a guard, and he shouts at him, says, "A carriage!" And the guy just like turns with like a respectful bow, and then immediately like runs down a hallway. And you guys see Barjarger walk by. He looks like a skeleton ensorcelled in like bluish, greenish flames that roughly resemble like a person's visage.
Is he pretty?
That's up to you. If you're looking to hop on the Old Bones wild ride.
No, I was just wondering, like, if like the side of him is pretty, not like his. Well, I mean, you know, like the colors coming off, not like his face.
If he's aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
Hashtag aesthetic vaporwave.
Yeah, sure. All capitals spaced out.
I'll just look at them and mouth, "Do not talk."
I'll nod and then follow.
I'm just gonna walk and keep pace with them, but keep like a respectful distance as well.
Yep.
You see that other members of the hall here gather with Barjagr towards the front, and a large carriage shows up, and he steps into it, and he turns towards you guys and motions with his hand like you guys should follow, and this thing begins to trot. And you guys see that Barjagr takes the carriage, and that's it. Like, he's inside with like a procession of about 6 members of the hall just kind of following behind the carriage as it goes off into town.
So he gestures us to get in, and it starts moving?
To go with him. Like, he, you know, just waves his hand, like, come here kind of thing, and then the carriage starts to take off.
Wait, so we're walking beside this carriage?
That's what everybody else is doing, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'll do then.
Okay.
But I'll stay close to the entrance where he got in, just so I'm within eye shot, and if he wants me to get in, I'm like a step away type of thing.
Sure.
Try and keep up as best I can.
Okay.
I'm just so you know, my emissary of peace is for 10 minutes.
Ah.
So we've been only like a couple of minutes through, so...
Emissary of Peace will run out as you guys get all the way to the gates and start just leaving into the desert. Do you guys continue following?
Yeah, I steal myself, and we don't really have a choice.
Traveling into a random part of the dunes, maybe about 2 hours outside of town, the carriage finally comes to a stop when there's a scream from inside of it, and Barjagr steps out, and he looks over towards the priests, and without saying anything, they all kind of motion over like they understand what's expected of them. And you see he hands the box to one of them, and he starts kind of walking just off into the desert alone with it.
Oh shit. Goodbye, priest.
What is the priest doing?
He's walking away with the puzzle box.
One of them is like,
yeah.
I'm assuming he's just gonna put it somewhere, die with it, just keep walking into the desert. I don't know. I'll just keep looking on somber towards the priest and avoid looking at Barjagr.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just staring at the priest.
He walks and he walks and he walks and he walks. And then eventually, Barjagr turns over towards one of the priests, and he just says to him, "Is it all set?" And the other one like kind of gives him a nod, and then Barjagr holds out his hand, and you guys see what looks like a staff that appears in it, and then he holds it up towards the sky, and you know, a few 100 feet away, you guys see what looks like an absolutely massive, like, atomic green cloud just go flying up into the air, and then there's a giant whoosh, it's like a huge wave of sand just blasts against you guys in the carriage.
Shit. I'm putting my shield up to block the
Yeah, I'll
sand from
shield
hitting
my
face.
arms with my arm.
Okay. The carriage doors like rattle, and the panes of wood slap against one another. The horses like whinny and go to move, and the caravan master has to keep them in place. The priests are expecting of it. They have their hands already up before the blast of sand hits, and Barjagr, not exactly being human anymore, just takes the thing. And then I'd like somebody to make a luck roll, please.
Alright, Mike. Or no, that was
That's
Connor.
It's Connor's turn.
That's even worse.
Don't hit the side of the table, please. Oh, the same thing.
Or it's just as bad. Barjagr turns to one of them. "Get his remains. We're going back." And then he hops into the carriage and just heads back to town. The priests kind of look at each other. One of them is kind of singled out and just walks away while the rest follow behind the carriage.
Can I toss the priest my water skin?
He holds up a hand like, nope, it's fine, and just keeps going.
Oh, damn. I hide that shit immediately. I never did it. I never did it!
It never happened.
I'll start walking back, yeah.
Eventually the carriage pulls into town, and when it gets back to the Necro Hall there, it opens up and Barjarger steps out, and the congregation of priests there kind of looks at you guys. Like, for the first time, they're not entirely sure what's going to happen, and then one of them looks over, like, towards Barjarger as he's storming towards his office. And then he looks back at your group, and he says, the masters informed me that there's much to talk about, and now may not be the time.
I cock my eyebrows like, you think? And just nod and go,
we'll return tomorrow.
Alright, we'll find a place to rest. And I don't know if this is appropriate for Seba, but I do apologize for your brother who went down there.
Do not worry. He will be brought back. We're already working on it. He should be returning to the living in a moment, once the ashes are brought to the temple. By the way, what you saw out there was a experiment being run by the Necro Hall. Do you understand?
I think I do.
There will be no mention of the object. Understood?
Absolutely.
I nod like that's what I had in mind.
Good. People have already been notified. I would hate to see a story out of line. And then he turns to the priests and gives like a hand gesture, and some of them move in different directions, and he turns back and he says, best of luck speaking with the master.
Question for you, Illusion. The green cloud that erupted, did it look similar to the one that came out of Barjarger?
Ajun.
Ajun? My bad, yeah, thank you.
No, that was like a gaseous cloud. This would have been like a small atomic bomb.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Down.
The French word for down, say down.
It's du bon franglais, là. No, you're good, Dalton. It's just a tennis ball, my bad. Go up. You're good. Up. Don't play with me, you fuck. Alright, we're good. Okay, so, I mean, I'd head back to the inn, I guess.
Okay. You guys leave. Off in the distance, you can still see what looks like a green dissipating cloud up into the sky, and you can see people in the city that are looking off at it like, what the fuck is going on, right? And eventually you guys make it into the tavern. What do you want to do?
We just started the Manhattan Project for Seba, so I'm stoked.
While we're in town, can we get stuff for components for Find Familiar?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look at Titch.
Yeah, do you guys want to do a bit of shopping? You could definitely buy that here.
Yeah, I need a couple of based on my track record.
Okay.
I'd also get my Lyle paperwork and my signet ring back.
Yeah, I
I
would.
want-
Yeah, here.
Because I cannot cast spells without it.
So, in the market, you guys see that there are priests from the Necro Halls, some of which even you recognize, that are walking through the area, and they're actually like speaking with different people and kind of calming their fears of what, you know, was seen off in the horizon and telling them what was happening. And you know, at some point one of them looks at you guys and gives you like a nod of understanding and keeps going around. And you guys are now in the market. The air about the market is a little bit weird given the explosion that happened outside of town, but there is pretty much anything that you could want to buy as far as mundane goes, and you might find some other cool things as well. If you're looking for the supplies for Find Familiar, you'll find those at the price that's listed, so you can buy whatever number of those you need.
Are people still giving Kalik and Annie the stink eye?
Yeah, all the time.
Even after having possessed through town with their jagger?
So matter of factly. Yep, they're all racist all the time.
Yep.
100%.
I want another dagger, so like I want 2 of them, so I can like throw it, and then not care and still have the other one. Well, I mean, I would care,
Now,
but you know.
are you gonna try and buy one of those, or are you gonna have somebody in your group
I'm gonna
buy
have
it?
somebody else buy it, and then I'm gonna ask about thieves' tools because they broke mine.
There's
Further
a
than what
there's a
happened.
very specific person who broke that.
I didn't want to name names.
How do you say that to your group? Like somebody.
I would have asked Tidge to buy me the components.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tidge, you go ahead and get that.
I get 2.
Okay,
I'm gonna go shopping for. I want to look for some kind of magical blacksmith. I don't know how else to describe it.
I'd like to go with him too.
These tools cost you.
Aren't they like 75 gold
They're experienced.
in the book?
Yeah, they're one of the most expensive.
Are they just like
Look like Annie
available
ain't-
too?
Annie ain't gonna be feeding Kalik anytime soon.
Well, I mean, unless you can fix them.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink.
Are they broken beyond repair?
They're bent to shit.
I just need a repair kit.
Here it is.
Mending.
Thieves' tools run. Oh, why are they not here? The fuck?
25 gold according to the player's handbook.
So let's roll luck. You guys find a set for 35 seems to be the cheapest that you find.
But it's the cheapest.
It's not the high-end stuff. It's like the Chinese bullshit.
You find a Chinese knockoff thieves' tools.
It's made out of aluminum, not steel.
I
Spelled
shrug
thieves.
and thieves. And look at Kalik. I mean, unless you could fix the ones that are broken.
Cough.
Apparently, I'm inept at fixing things.
No, I never said that.
Somebody's walking by as the 2 tieflings are kind of, sassing each other. And he leans over to you, Edgar, and he says, "Do you ever have them fight each other?"
Oh, I don't have to have them do that. They do that all on their own.
He gives you like a half-toothless smile and just walks off.
I stay exploding.
I'm pretty proud of my answer. I'm not gonna lie. Shit.
So you buying those tools or not? You guys do have some gold.
That Kmart brand. Yeah, but she's like by nature of her character has to be the cheapest of cheap.
Right.
The frugal of frugals. The Scrooges of all Scrooges.
I don't want to buy them if he can fix them, is the thing.
Well,
She
We're
just
not
doesn't
going
want to
anywhere.
let little Timmy have any dinner.
we'll be passing through town.
Don't cast the magic.
No, not here. We'll just come back tomorrow. If you want it, if I can't fix it tonight, then you can buy them tomorrow. How about that?
Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you, Kalik.
Now, looking at these, they are banged up enough that you think you're going to need access to a blacksmith. That you're going to need like a forge to fix some of these metal parts.
Do you think would it be like more than 35 gold?
What, to rent like a smithy?
Yeah.
I don't think that you would really have a frame of reference for that kind of thing. Do you want to ask around? Or I guess have somebody ask around for you?
Edgar and Tidge, he wanted to see a blacksmith anyways, right?
I think we're already off, aren't we? Or did we stay? I forget.
Well, somebody has to watch the animals.
Well, Arillo, the concussed bastard.
I would have preferred to stay with you guys.
Somebody has to watch the animals.
Hang on, I'll be right back. I have a bloody nose.
Oh, jeez. Here, let's do a quick 5-minute break, and you guys write down a list of what you want to buy.
In it.
I can't think of
Discord
anything I
or
really wants to buy.
TeamSpeak or TeamSpeak tabletop.
Discord's probably best.
Okay.
Just send it to me.
I'll buy more pop-up books.
Because you guys have in total like 200 or 300 gold.
Oh, more than that. I have almost 100 on my own.
I have more than 100 gold.
Yeah, so you could gear up.
You Jew fuck.
I have 158 gold.
Damn! No, you're carrying for
Well, yeah, that's me, and I have hers, and she has 98 gold.
Dude, this cover of like wanting to visit the storm shrines was just for you to get Gucci.
I was thinking about going out to buy maps for it, but in my condition and my normal state, I don't know how to read maps. I just look at mountains and be like, I know that mountain. We can climb that mountain.
Who wants to
Is that my
envelop
home?
the mountain?
Yeah.
Wants to
It's
make love
mine.
to the mountain.
Can I-
He humps every rock, every pebble. Alright, I'll be back in a moment.
Do you actually know what I'm referencing?
No, I don't think so. Unless you're referencing something that I know.
Wow. Okay.
There you go.
It's in shit
Rockstar
post for you guys.
response.
It's a treat.
Oh, okay. I'll be back in a moment to watch it. I just gotta go do it quick.
I already love it.
I'm back.
I want to put this on my phone and listen to it. Maybe
Right.
even make it my ringtone.
Wingtone? For your little Fisher Price kid play phone.
Wingtone, please. I have no regrets.
Oh god. Okay, we lost Arillo there, but let's see. The shopping. A small mirror.
Just picturing someone calling me, Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain? Fantastico.
Let's roll luck. Okay. I'm gonna give some prices. Oh, let's roll luck for that. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know how much that third thing was, Lucian? I might not get that.
That's 60.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna get that.
Sure.
Just down to 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Secrets.
I shall go take a piss if someone's not back yet.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like anything along those lines, or pretty much no? I mean, it's probably gonna be like 600 gold anyway, so.
I would say there are rings that increase your health. But AC, no.
Anything that might make me
Tankier?
yeah, it's like survive battle a little better.
What's your budget?
Not very high. I'm probably not going to be spending anything, honestly. I only have like 78 gold.
Then I would say such things would be outside of your price range.
That's what I thought. I'll stick with 1 set of 2 sets of.
For the sake of brevity, how much would a blacksmith be to try to fix those tools?
The blacksmith, let's see, let's roll luck for you.
Like, tinker tools would be a little below the quality needed to fix that stuff, right?
I have tinker's tools.
So do I.
Yeah, you could do it with Tinker's tools as long as you had access to the blacksmithy, I would say. He would charge you a total of, I'd say 7 gold, roughly, to get those fixed up.
Yeah, I would pay for that.
Okay. So you pay 7 to get the fixed tools.
Aww.
That was his lunch money.
No, I have to pay for his lunch, remember?
Annie!
I would also make it clear that going forward, I'm fairly close, I think, in my research to being able to cast some higher level spells. For example,
Reaganomics.
like Revivify, but I would need like 300 gold. To 300 gold worth of a diamond or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me double check.
A diamond worth 300 gold, is that what you're trying to
I think it's diamonds worth 300 gold, but I'm not sure.
My PDF just says 300 gold, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Here, I got the book in front of me.
Arillo! Oh no, it's not back.
Diamonds worth 300 gold that are consumed.
Alright.
What? It's consumed?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dying ain't cheap.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my
We
god.
gotta do shit to get some money.
Alright, you know what? It's not that bad.
Oh, I
I'll be
was
right
I
back.
was referencing something, but
Why the fuck you lying?
Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain.
oh no, I was referencing something way more disturbing. If you want to see one of the most, like, it's a comedy, it's like a music video, but it's still really fucked up. Go to Shitpost General and feast your eyes.
Nope. If I don't see it, I can't remember it.
So yeah, if we want to have the diamonds ready and prepared, we might not need them quite yet, but might be nice to have them.
I mean,
on
do we
hand.
even have that much?
I'm not sure. I'm just saying going forward.
I mean, Rilo has half of that.
What are
I'm
we
back.
spending this on? Sorry, I didn't hear.
I was saying I would have let the group know that I'm getting close to being able to cast some higher level spells. One including Revivify, which consumes 300 gold worth of diamonds.
I mean, it's an excellent spell to have for sure.
Real parties don't have dead people.
So it is an option. It's just an investment, and I won't be able to cast it until we level up, obviously. But it might be beneficial to have the components ahead of time. Oh, Aleutian, I'd also get a what's it called? A short piece of fine copper wire.
That would cost you 1 copper piece.
Hell yeah.
Is he back?
No.
Mm-mm.
What has happened to him?
Well, he said a minute, so he clearly meant like an hour and a half.
That's how time works for my girlfriend.
Is she a great soul too?
Might as well be. Okay, I'll be ready to hop in the car in 5 minutes. Yeah, it's the 5th of autumn when she comes out of the house. I'm
Was
just
that
a
your
skeleton in the
inspiration
driver's
for Great
seat.
Souls? Yeah. Babe, I don't know how to say this, but thank you so much for inspiring me. I found like a really, really important core feature of my campaign thanks to you. What is it? Well, people are gonna skip through time now and miss a bunch of shit. And really, it's because that one time I waited an hour and a half while you said you were almost ready every 5 minutes.
Oh god.
The pain and suffering. It goes one of two ways. Either I'm almost ready, or okay, but we don't even have to be there for that time. Those are the only two
excuse.
options.
No, my girl doesn't do that shit with me because she knows that wouldn't get her anywhere. I just don't understand how people can't like time things out. It's like if you've brushed your teeth 1,000 times, you have a rough idea of how long it takes you to brush your teeth, right? But I guess I don't know. Some people can't do that.
I don't know. It's just you do something, right?
Yeah.
And you're completely done with it, and then you're like, "Oh well, I have time to do just 2 more things before we have to go." And then
so you
it
think
turns
it's like a
into 5 more
distraction thing?
things. And well, I mean, I don't know if it's a distraction thing so much as you think that you have enough time to do all these things when really you have enough time to do 2 of those things.
Right. Interesting. So it's like an eyes bigger than your plate kind of thing.
Yeah.
Dude, well done on the music timing, dude.
No, what is the
God.
music? Come on. Nuh-uh.
You gotta keep the music on.
It is on. It's not loud enough.
Alright. And we're back.
Yep.
We've concluded a little bit of shopping here.
Great.
Now, the one thing though that I was that I was pinged about, Edgar, you said you wanted to remove the Sovereign Stone for 10 gold. Will you actually go through with that?
On DP.
Because there is a chance that it'll either A, break the item, or B, break the Sovereign Stone to remove it, right?
I'm aware, but I've been seeing Tidge more like mentally mindfucked because of it, and it's something I'm doing without really telling the party, but everyone's mentioned wanting to do it in the past, which is getting my kind of consent, and
Okay.
I will be going through with it. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I'm sure you won't roll poorly here. So the blacksmith is going to go ahead.
Fuck off!
You pay the man, and he sets about removing it, and I'm going to need a luck roll.
Wait!
Can I qualify the motherfucker? Like, does he look drunk? Can I vet the blacksmith?
It's not dependent on the quality of the blacksmith. It's the unstable magic that surrounds Sovereign Stones. Now,
okay.
Now this luck check, the way it's gonna work is, if you roll a 15 or higher, the item is saved. If you roll under that, the item is gone. And if you roll a 1, they're both gone, including the stone.
Okay, wait a second.
And the world blows up into
how is the item preserved if it revolves around the Sovereign Stone?
The item is not preserved. Like in...
No,
like
you said if you roll 15 or higher, right?
There will be a... Sorry, there will be a socket there where, like, the space of the Sovereign Stone was from before. It doesn't revert back to normal.
Okay, and for the Sovereign Stone to be destroyed, is what?
If you roll a 1 on this luck roll.
Okay, so 15 or higher, the item is preserved, stone is preserved. Below that, the item
2 to
is
14,
destroyed.
the item's gone. And 1, the item's gone, and the Sovereign Stone's gone.
Are you rolling this, or are we using the supply?
I am 100% rolling this.
Yeah, anybody can roll. Doesn't matter to me. But if you are going to roll that, it definitely needs to be a bigger die.
You can't do this to Disco Funk. You fucked up its juju. I'm afraid now, Disco Funk, dude. You almost never fail me.
You have something to blame it on if it goes poorly now.
There you go. I don't want to see the 1. God.
Throw it across the board.
There you go. Okay.
Big throw. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is.
Oh.
Oh.
At least the stone is fine.
Whoa!
That drunk bastard.
It's the blacksmith's fault, I swear.
Okay.
Can you shrink this? Go fuck, thank you so much. No! I see it. It doesn't look normal. Please. Please.
It'll never be the same.
No, I can't use it like this. Thank you. No! I see your filthy white hands.
Your filthy white hands!
Get your cisgendered shit out of here.
Get your white devil paws away from my dice.
Dude, I'm looking at it side to side. I don't know
That's the same, right? I can't tell. I think... Yeah, that looks the same. Yeah, no, they're identical. Okay, we're good. Or are they? You can add to your inventory that Sovereign Stone, which you have. Now, the item is lost. The blacksmith, you know, he had warned you about it. A lot of blacksmiths have heard of this legend, and this guy's no different.
Fucking drunk.
You would... If you wanted to, like, would you want to watch the procedure?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, yeah, you would see that when he removes the item from it, there's like a small blast of magic and a crack that runs through the entirety of the item, and then it just, like, disintegrates into metal shards underneath the stone.
So I guess it could have been worth money because it got transformed into a pretty cool item. That's the reason why it would be preserved. That's a question.
What, like the necklace?
Yeah, I don't understand why the necklace would be preserved without the Sovereign Stone. Like, even without its features.
That's just how the stone works.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just trying to read way too far into it.
There is mysterious as puzzle boxes.
Okay, well, I'll thank the blacksmith then.
Sure. You get the stone back. And if I remember correctly, what was it? It was like an amethyst of the abyss or something like that?
It's like a violet one here. I've got it written down.
Yeah.
So do I. Yeah, that's what it was. It was an amethyst.
I forget if it has the same, because I know it'll have different properties based on what it's
got,
in, but we'll figure out if it's the same theme or not.
Void, chaos, dark, and underworld, I think.
Oh, it was the Void Amethyst. That's what it was. Okay, I got it here.
Sweating. He's like, I just made all that shit up, man. I don't...
I'm not even looking at like a Word document. There's just like some fucking shitty like a mobile game or something that I'm playing. Oh yeah, what was it? Just like going through like a level of Bejeweled. Void. Yeah.
Oh man.
A notepad where you use symbols to make like a Tron cat or something. Like such some stupid shit. Okay, well, I got a Sovereign Stone. That's cool. And would this place be the place to look for like possibly a magical piece of armor or shield?
Yes. I will tell you though, given how much money your group has, none of you guys can afford that.
Way out of our price range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you wanted usable, like, consumable magic items, i.e. potions and scrolls, those are available here. And you could probably find some. How good the selection is, who knows, but that's available. If we're talking, like, permanent magical items, like magical swords and stuff like that, armor, whatever, out of the question. You guys are too poor.
Could I ask how much...
We call that Tuesday rich.
How much would, like, a +1 shield or whatever cost?
There is nothing in this world that buffs AC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unless it's like a very special thing.
Well, not AC. I guess +1's the wrong term, but like a shield that does something cool.
Oh, well, there's a number of different shields out there that do cool things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Price varies. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm done with my things.
Sure.
Could I find anywhere 50 gold worth of like inks, the rare inks to transcribe a spell?
Oh, they would definitely have those. So you can drop 50 gold and get one of those.
All right.
So that'll get you a level 1 spell that you can transcribe.
Ah, that's right.
How high can you transcribe?
Half my level. So right now 2.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Which scrolls do you currently have?
I don't think I have anything unless we did have Fireball, but it has to be a ritual spell anyways.
I think you guys used it.
Yeah, I think it was just the hut that we got.
I do have Counterspell. We got the hut and Counterspell.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
But that's level 3.
Ritual. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not
and it's probably not a ritual anyways.
Yep.
You can only transcribe rituals?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Warlock thing. Right,
yeah,
right.
Ancient shitty secrets.
Ancient shitty secrets?
Yeah.
Just...
Sure.
As a level 5 Warlock, I've just unlocked my first ancient shitty secret. Oh yeah.
I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but it really caught me off guard. So thank you.
That's what you say when your patron gives you something you don't want at all.
Not what I fucking signed up for.
Now you guys have bought a couple of things, done a little bit of adjusting. Some things have been repaired, others have been destroyed or recovered. You meet back up at the center of the market here. And what do you guys want to do? Edgar, do you tell them that the necklace is gone? Do you slap the amulet into somebody's metallic armor without them knowing?
I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna wait till I get back to the inn, I think.
Okay.
Did we get my dagger?
Oh, you could definitely get a dagger. I would say it would cost you like 5 gold.
Okay. Is Steve back yet?
I've been here.
Do you have my money written down in your inventory?
I do. You have 98 gold, or well, 8 platinum and 18 silver, or 18 gold. But I've been reducing the platinum down to gold, so.
So what do I have?
You have 8 platinum and 18 gold and 2 silver.
Damn, you're stacked.
Yeah, what the shit? Where did that all come from?
Are you
Oh, wait,
sure you've
I
been
have-
mathing all right there, Aurello?
I have,
Yeah.
I have
It's because
more.
she gave me platinum before too.
Yeah, but we separated that.
The platinum before
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
I-
it's-
find.
I told you, I
Yeah.
told you that she has 18 gold, 2 silver, plus 4 platinum. That's all she has.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I had 8 platinum before, and I wasn't sure if that was some of hers or just mine.
That's yours.
Okay.
You're the
Okay,
one
so
playing
you have.
Monopoly, banker man.
Well, I wasn't sure, so I just wanted to be sure that I wasn't screwing over anybody or platinum. So
That's fair.
I gave you 2 of my platinum. So
Is that the stuff you found in his dresser?
That 10
we
plat,
found-
yes.
We found 20 on his body.
Oh shit. Well then there should have been 30 that we well okay then I guess I
What
have
is
So
happening?
everyone add 1 platinum.
okay, so I thought I was
Everyone-
correct.
All we need to do is everyone add 1 platinum. That's all.
Okay,
Instead
so
of 4, it's 5 platinum for everybody.
so
No,
does
wait,
Annie
6
keep
platinum for
her
everybody.
Yeah.
8
My bad.
then, or
Math is hard.
it was no, I handed you 10. 10 came out of the drawer.
yeah?
So everyone got 18 gold, 2 silver, plus 6 platinum.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody has 6 platinum then. Okay,
Unless you had more before.
I had like 2 before, but that's it.
Okay, well then you should have 8.
Okay, I just want to be sure. I don't want to be screwing over anybody in my money. Okay, so therefore you have 6 platinum, 18 gold, and 2 silver. Annie.
Okay, well decrease that to let me
I think you need to start keeping track of your own
Yeah,
money,
I'm
Annabelle.
going to. Yeah. He's just gonna carry it.
that 2 plat extra. I'm gonna use it to buy 20 shots.
Sure.
I can carry it if you just keep track
I'll
of it.
keep track of it and you can just
Okay.
carry it. That's fine.
Yeah, that way I'm not screwing you over if I did or anything. Actually, in this case, I kind of gave you more than you had.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get a dagger.
Very nice.
5 gold, you said?
Yep.
No cards.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this out of here. I'll just have that mental note that I'm carrying your.
I think the best way would probably just to be, like, you keep it on your sheet, Annie, and then just put, like, bracket beside it that says being carried by Aurello or something. That way, Concussion Boy isn't doing the banking for 2. So that will inevitably get complicated. So are you guys going back to the inn, then?
That's what I was planning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we need to wait to talk to Barjogger.
Okay. So you guys return back to the inn and nestle in there for the evening. Now, are you guys doing any... Goddamn, are you guys doing anything there?
I would, I think, well, first of all, I think Kalik ordered a shit ton of shots.
Okay.
I did.
Which I will not be partaking in.
No.
No,
He means, like, shots for his gun.
Oh. Okay. So,
Not 2 platinum worth of liquor. At a place that serves drinks for 2 copper apiece. You
I
guys just
thought-
die.
I thought
Speaking
that
of
was
liquor-
a little excessive.
Speaking of liquor, can I get a flask?
Sure. Yeah, I'd say you could get a flask for a couple silver pieces, like
I'll-
2 silver.
I'll be
Get it.
gesturing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like whiskey.
Oh, you mean... Wait, are you purchasing a flask to carry around with you?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so 2 silver for that, and then the shitty whiskey from the bar is like 2 copper pieces.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's just paint thinner with like brown dye.
That's all I need it for.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Alcoholic in the making.
Ew.
Oh, it's Fireball. You guys ever had that shit?
Oh, gross.
Joy, oh joy.
I hate that cinnamon.
If we put enough sugar and cinnamon into garbage whiskey, it's drinkable.
I had a buddy who thought because we couldn't make Jaeger bombs, it was a good idea to mix Fireball with like a red beer. What the fuck are they called again in English?
Red's Apple Ale.
No, no, just
A red
An
beer.
amber ale?
Yeah.
an amber ale is what.
That's the
Yes.
most disgusting
okay.
thing
It
I've ever
was-
heard.
It was very vile.
Why would you ruin a beer like that?
Well, you know, he was a twat.
Dick.
Anyway, sorry. So if you get your flask, I'll kind of gesture everyone to go to the room.
It's
Onwards.
that time of the night, and you guys go and cluster into this tiny little cell-shaped room.
I'll sit down,
Sure.
and I will, from a cloth, reveal the Sovereign Stone. I'm sorry I didn't consult with you guys, but I saw that it was weighing on Tidge, and I figured it was better to not have an amulet that did such a thing to one of our party members. So here it is, and I'll kind of set it down somewhere.
I'll breathe a sigh of relief.
Bees.
It's good you did that. Nightmare.
You guys, you have to get a metal figurine of a wasp made up and then stick that in it.
No.
That would be the coolest thing.
Void
I've never
Bee.
thought of that.
Void Bee. Put it into disappointment. Amp up the gifts.
Oh yeah, like a super rat.
The
we
little
can start.
portal from the void opens up.
We can start the.
Mouse comes through.
Oh yeah, we can
Looks
start
at
the
you.
Vermintide.
Runs
The
up.
Vermintide.
Oh fuck no.
Ugh.
I mean, I'm down.
Skaven are awesome, dude. It's like my favorite.
What fire throw away? Yeah, so I don't know what you're planning on doing with it. I don't know these things, but I don't even know if putting it into something else will even change its properties, but I hope none of you are too upset.
Based on what it did to me, I don't think.
We knew
I certainly don't have any
we knew
problem.
there was a possibility of having an undesirable outcome or property. So it's a learning experience. The next item we use might not be that great either.
Yeah, and Tidge, I'm sorry, but the amulet was destroyed in the process.
Did you get any fragments from it, or just completely gone?
Some kind of magic consumed it while the blacksmith was working on it. He did tell me it was a possibility, and in fact, he did tell me it was close to consuming the Sovereign Stone itself, very close. So consider ourselves lucky, I think.
Well, I knew it was a risk going in. Can't really be mad at you for it.
Well, we need everything we can get at our disposal for going against someone like a June.
Yeah. Well, something to think about, but I do think we should make a decision tonight. We can do the same old luck of the draw thing again, put an item forward and see what happens. It's up to you.
Would it be worth going to, like, I don't know, like a curio shop or something, finding some cheap little thing and putting it into that?
I feel like we're gonna get ripped off.
what to put a void amethyst into.
Oh, it's just always the same. It's not a sovereign stone anymore.
No, it's still a sovereign stone.
Okay.
But, you know, it's just like, what item do you put that into, right? Because what you get on the other side will be related to both things.
I think we should at least do a little research on it. Like experiment a little bit.
Well, we're
See if we can get a better combination out of it.
You guys do what you want, but there's no tampering, because every time we put it into something, by definition we need to take it out, and eventually we'll be losing our sovereign stone completely just by luck of the draw. So I say we just commit and do something. What that is doesn't matter, whether it's drawing straws or coming up with a decision. Doesn't matter. We chose the amulet based on luck, and it admittedly saved our lives once. So I don't think any decision will be a bad decision. It's just that we're not gonna be able to hesitate if it's something that causes our party distress, whether psychological or otherwise.
I think we should do it how we did last time.
Well, if you guys want to go to the market, pick up an item to submit, do that, and come up with something you want to put forward.
Does anybody have any gear that they want to use this on? I remember last time we had to kind of put it to a D6 vote.
I think that's what we're doing, a D6 vote, and we all put forward an item. Right, guys? Is that what
Yeah.
Okay, it is. Okay. I want to make that up.
Let me get the little card. Wait, is that... It just says I have to pee. Dick Bupkis. Is this you, Edgar?
No, it's Steve and fucking
What?
Ashley who fucking take turns on that card.
Oh, that's from so long ago.
It's from like forever ago.
You see?
Wow.
Ah, they come out of their hiding.
That's from like years ago.
Years. Oh, fucking mine.
We used to write dick on paper.
Is Beryllium ID card metal?
I remember the man fondly, Dick Bupkis. We went to war together. Good lad.
To give her a schmeck.
What?
Sorry, I was thinking of
Somebody's like out in the wind.
this. Yeah.
Sorry, it's probably me.
Ya fucking mouth breather.
It's like in my nose.
What the fuck?
I don't even know.
So we've got this here. If somebody has an item that they already know they want to put on it, go ahead and write it into one of the numbers.
I'm taking 3. Fuck you.
Oh wait, can you write? I don't think you can.
Yes, I can.
Shield.
I think we can't edit at the same time though.
Yeah. So that's your shield, right, Edgar? Or are you talking just like a random shield? Okay.
My shield. Dag. You like dags?
I didn't want to type it all out.
Like dags?
Whoa, the rifle? You gonna put it in there? Are you high?
Are you high there? He removes it instantly.
I didn't remove it. What the fuck?
Ooh, get
I
wrecked.
think we were both in it at the same time.
Simultaneous edit.
Simultaneous edit.
That's another reason why I didn't want to type it all
Simultaneous
out.
edit.
Clockwork toy. I'm terrified.
Ooh.
That's like the best I can come up with.
I see 4 very good items. We need one more. I mean, 2
Like
more.
dags? You like dags?
We've got a whiskey flask.
It's true.
That
is an option.
What about like a pair of glasses?
One should definitely be like
glasses.
the group pick, like a silly pick, and two should
The
be
lantern.
Who
That's
hasn't
right, you
put
put
one
it in
down?
last time. Steve,
It was not me yet.
Well,
Yep.
put an item down, biatch.
put in your bug stone.
That's not metal.
Well,
Oh, that's right.
I've got a golden tassel.
That's
But what if
also
it was a
not
hunk
metal.
of iron?
I don't know if I have anything metal.
You have a weapon, you fuck.
Guys, that could make a clockwork giant bee.
No.
Alright.
Fuck
I'll go with my
you!
halberd.
No!
That's my vote. I want to remove shields. Stop that.
I won't, because they killed me and tried to carry me away, but I could.
What is your clockwork toy?
Oh, I would need to spend an hour making it and 10 gold.
Oh, so you could make it into a bee.
I could.
That should be the group funny one.
Halibird.
Oh my
You mean Halliburton?
Sure.
Halibert!
Halle Berry? Hamilburton? Hamilton?
Okay. What
Just
are we
gonna
doing for
off-rock
number
your
2,
weapon.
guys? Does anyone
We
have a
put-
pair of glasses? I don't care who. I want to
No.
put it in. I want to avoid glasses.
I mean, my picture has them, but
They could become X-ray glasses.
Oh, you have them on your character.
I guess.
Is there a little scope on the rifle or no?
Ooh.
No. That
It
does
could be.
exist, not the scope on the rifle, but like a spyglass or whatever. That does exist.
Arr, the spyglass.
That
Yarr!
you fashion to the rifle.
It's like what is that, like 1,000 gold or something?
Billion. What's the last item, guys?
Clockwork bee.
Just another clockwork toy.
Yeah.
Group item, group item, group item. The key with the heart on.
Well,
Oh,
what if that's
Hey.
for something?
Well, it won't be for long. Cause
well, I don't
it's
think
not
somebody
for
made a
anything.
key for nothing.
Yes, they did. Disappointment brought it. What do we have?
Flask.
Well, flask.
I mean, you have your lantern.
Oh yeah, we've got a hooded lantern.
We put that in last time.
See what items I have. Probably.
I
not.
mean, I have
I
my
don't have anything
rapier,
else
but
up
I
there.
don't want to put it in.
I have the pen, but I'm not putting
Use
that in.
tools.
The ray.
I didn't want to put my halberd in, but that's the only thing I have that's metal.
You can abstain.
Halliburton.
So what is this for again?
Oh my god!
No way! We're putting a fucking sovereign stone in something, dude.
Okay. So if the stop, wait,
Oh my god.
It's a pretty big deal. So the way it works is, it'll go into your item, and Delusion will determine what it does, and it could make it very, very good or very bad. Well, not very bad. It could have some
Questionable
ulterior motive.
consequences.
Yes,
You need to be
that's the
willing
word.
to lose your item.
Yeah,
It might
because
be
of-
really bad.
fuck that.
Okay, can we not put rape? Because it's not metal.
I have
Oh.
a tent
It
that
could
might
be.
have metal spikes or something.
Are you putting 2 things on, Ashley?
Yeah, I mean, I got 2 metal things,
Well,
Would my
swap it.
hunting
and
Sure.
nobody can come up with anything else.
You're just gonna double your chances, you little fuck.
Then I'll put rifle on twice.
You
Fuck
tieflings
you.
are all the same.
I don't want it, but you know, you guys are like 6
What?
could be a reroll or 2 or whatever.
I'm down for a reroll then.
Okay, so let me take it off then.
Okay.
Take it off.
Jesus. It sounds, no offense. I say this with all due respect,
Sarah
but it
Palin?
sounds like a 38-year-old girl at a bachelorette party.
Hmm.
Take it off. Like,
That was what I was going for.
well,
Nailed
congratulations.
it.
Bravo.
Wow. Flawless victory.
Or if
So 1 and
the
2
roll
are
is-
rerolls.
Or you
Well,
could just
I don't
roll a
know.
d4.
What about the Halliburton?
Or you could just.
I suppose you could put my halberd on there.
Okay. Well.
God
Okay.
help us. Okay, I'm rolling it. I'm rolling it.
One is Halliburton.
One is Halliburton. All right.
Caliber.
Where's the dice? Where is it?
No dice.
That's
gotta
make
be
a giant
enormous.
D6.
Make it a different. Oh, there we go.
Oh damn! It's white.
But it should be
power.
purple.
Should be white power.
Why isn't it an amethyst? Aren't they purple?
Oh,
No! Oh no!
It's cocked.
it's cocked. I can't believe it's.
It is.
cocked.
It's cocked on one of my dies.
I mean that.
Why did you say
Oh, wait,
no?
I don't really want it, but alright, I'll put it in there. I have two of them now, so.
Don't
Still
want it.
cocked.
Don't take it. What the
Fuck
fuck?
off! It's in there. I have two for a reason. Sure, whatever.
You guys are in this little room here, and as you do, you know, you guys kind of pull straws or whatever and do like a little random thing, toss a die, and with all of your suggested items there, as you guys are huddled in a circle, your dagger comes up, Annabelle. What do you say? What do you do? Like, what's going on? Everybody kind of looks at it.
Alright, well. I kind of just hand it over. I'm not putting that in there.
Okay. Is this just the dagger you bought from the market, like an hour
Yeah.
ago? Okay.
Yeah. The shittier one.
If I'm gonna socket a magical item in it, it better be the shittiest thing
You're making
possible.
me feel so sad.
Nah, it's a good one.
I can't believe you guys would choose this over a Clockwork Void Bee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of really wanted in the B.
Okay.
Then
Well,
It's
do
your
we want?
choice.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
your
is it my
literally
choice?
It's your choice.
one.
Tej.
So it's your choice.
Can
Yeah.
we put it in the B?
Sure, it's just gonna take me an hour and some gold, but
Do
Yeah.
it. Do it.
Do
all right,
Do it.
Do it!
I'll spend 10 gold in an hour to make a clockwork bee.
Okay. Now, is this like a nice little bumblebee, or is it like a wasp, or...
Make it the make it so
It's-
Calyx sweats when he's sleeping.
It's gonna be a hornet,
He
Okay.
gets cold
a
sweats.
giant
Can you
hornet.
make it with three stingers that like simultaneously go?
What do you guys want?
Please.
It has to be
I-
something that-
I want it when you press the like a little button on the back.
I
the
just
wings
Plug my
go.
ears.
Wait.
I'm
No,
in the
no.
corner.
I
Right.
forced them down.
Okay.
Oh my
Hang on.
god.
Wait,
Make it
wait,
one
wait.
of those mud dauber things.
Tidge. Okay. I'm
Like
not
with the
even,
really
I'm not even
long piece that connects, like, the abdomen or whatever?
No. I
Yeah,
want.
here.
Ugh.
I
I'll
want
put
you
it
to
Mud
when you
wasp.
press
in
a button.
Discord.
When you press a button, the wings go, and then 3 stingers pop out on rotation, like. Tick, 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 tick.
Make it
Okay.
one of them things.
Ugh.
Those things.
What about this?
Yeah.
That at least should laugh.
No.
We have those in our house. They like get in and then they like chill.
Kill your dog?
Oh, they're so disgusting.
Oh wait, nuh-uh. This.
Oh.
It's got a scorpion tail. Why don't I give it praying mantis like claws while I'm at it?
It's an abomination.
If you really.
The class should say 5th edition Mystic.
If you want a side view,
Oh god.
or this guy.
The guy
I'm
even
not
put barbed
decided.
wire in the picture.
Or this guy. I'm not sure.
It's an okay symbol.
They gotta like, guys. That's
Power
the
That's the one.
Oh my gosh.
Please
Just
move.
make it Mothra.
The way that.
Oh! Dude, this thing is fucking huge!
Oh
was
my
cool.
god.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah, it's the
fuck?
Asian giant hornet.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Um,
Fuck that.
It's not even the size of a dog.
Asians can keep that.
It's not even the size of a dog.
I can't make it that big.
We're gonna batter down his phobia through exposure.
Yeah.
That's how they do it, right?
Okay, so
So yeah, just like your basic hornet.
That's what happened
spend
to
10 gold there, Tidge,
Yep.
and an hour goes by, and eventually you've made this thing, and, you know, whether you intended to or not, when you kind of finish it, you look at it, and Kalik, you see it, and you're like, that's no bueno. And then you guys take the gem and go to slam it into this little item here. Now,
Right
as you
in
do...
the forehead.
Oh.
Oh, into the forehead. Good call.
Okay. I need a luck roll from you guys to see what kind of item pops out from the other side.
Mike is the one.
Oh man.
Oh,
and
it's Divine
a
Providence.
good. And he's gonna roll a one. Roll a one.
Oh, you motherfucker! You motherfucker!
It explodes and kills us all.
If I got 3-1 callouts in a row, I'd go get the opposite of a lottery ticket, whatever that is.
Okay. You socket the thing in here, and the item seems to take on a different shape almost. After the blinding light fades and there's the sound of like a metallic pop, you can see that the stone is beautifully set into this figurine. Now the figurine, in its entirety, is probably... It's big enough that it fits within your hand, Tidge.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could put it in your pocket or whatever. The gem seems to have resized and is now dramatically smaller. It's maybe like a centimeter by a centimeter, sitting there like a third eye on the top of the wasp's head. And instead of telling you guys the item right here, we're going to finish the session. And when we start next week, I will tell you what that does.
Oh.
Oh no! 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 We have 7 minutes!
So we're going to end the session there. I think it's fitting that there will be some suspense around nature's most terrifying creature.
You
You should-
whore!
Are you gonna charge your dice? You better put them on there. It's gonna go a whole week.
Oh yeah, you can't leave your dice uncharged for a whole week there, Billy. What are you
Ugh.
doing? Come on.
Don't touch it! Don't touch it!
Witness this man's OCD. So we're gonna end the session here. Players, well done. I think you had a good day. I do critique your decision not to go into the mine. I think that was a mistake. But at least you're all still alive, so there
Tell
is
us
that.
what was in it. We'll never go back, I promise.
Never
I ain't
know.
going down a murder hole.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
just
think
gonna
we're
make it
gonna go
cave
back.
in.
To the audience, good to have you. Patrons couldn't do without you. We'll see you tomorrow for the last session of the week, and see what they get up to. So, adios.
So I used the Gnomish Tinker ability. So before we did that, it had an AC of 5 and 1 HP, and it ceases to function after 24 hours normally, unless I spend an hour to repair it.
Gotcha.
Well, now it gon' kill people. Go kill people real good.
I will have for you the items, abilities, and everything like that on the next session. So you guys will get something interesting.
Are you
Playing
excited?
around with soft
Paradasting.
I think he was hoping that we would choose the bees, so
Hmm.
I'm okay with it. If he has a week to come up with something fucking cool, then I'm okay with it.
Now, Connor, I'm gonna need to talk to you about your fears up until next week. He's making car sounds. Oh no!
It's gonna be like the best birthday gift ever.
Oh.
Is it your birthday?
Wow, way to drop your birthday.
Nice.
Lame.
Casual B-day slip. Peace out, stream.